Hello everyone, hello! I am Trooper SJP, and this is the Academic Foxhole. Hi everyone, how are you doing? It is a Thursday evening, and there's stuff happening. Also, Grinny Weasley is in my chat right now, which is, I feel kind of like I have a superstar in my chat right now. It's kind of amazing, because I mean, Grinny Weasley is sort of a superstar. Hi! And that's a thing that I wanted to say. You've got some exciting music going on, The Night in the Woods. So, hey Atomica, and also Krellin, and Grinny Weasley, all the peoples. How are you all doing? I'm drinking a soda at the moment because of the insanity that is going to be. Oh, let me write this down. Check in airport. Okay, so. Wait, no, Atomica. Of course I feel it. It's just that, you know, Grinny is like mysterious. Like, you never know with Grinny Weasley whether or not she will be in chat. Like, you don't know. To sort of sing, you know, it's that song by Patrick Swayze, you know? That's like, she's like the wind in my tree. I think that's how that song goes. She's like the wind. Something next to me, or something like that. And like the song it goes. So anyway, like Grinny Weasley's like the wind, is what I'm trying to say. And also, she just did a host, but I didn't hear the music. Oh, I know why I didn't hear the music. Because I turned down my volume so I could sing a little Patrick Swayze, and I missed it. Yeah, you heard it, but I didn't because my volume was down, and it's the worst. It's the worst. What did I want to tell you all? I have things I want to tell you, everybody. Mysterious. Mysterious? What you don't know about me could just fill the Grand Canyon. Atomica. Do you know, Atomica, I have to tell you, when I read your name, I think about the film Atomic Blonde with Charlize Theron, which is about secret agents, which would then also, by transitive properties, make you pretty mysterious. It took 4 cops to give you a... Oh, Krellin, were the police officers harassing you? Do not like. Are you okay? Are you all right? My 2 questions are, 1, are you physically okay? 2, are you mentally okay? And I hope, you know, if you need like a fist bump from across the ether, I will give you a fist bump from across the ether. I'm not dead. That's about the best you can get out of me. Well, that's true. You're not dead. So I'm very happy to know that you're not dead. I'm like a little bit worried. Your name is really a really old video game reference. Oh. Yeah. So I'm glad that you are not dead, because that would have made me really sad and upset. And I hope you're just not too traumatized by what happened. And I wish that's not how our conversations, you know, went. Not you and I, Krellin, personally, but like our conversations about interactions with law enforcement. Hey, Levi. There was a lot of things going on that I wanted to sort of bring up. 1, I'm trying to make a list of all the things that I have to do, because, you know, I'm going on vacation tomorrow for 10 days, and I do not feel prepared to go on vacation in any way, and I also feel like, I also feel like I shouldn't go on vacation because I need to work. And I'm just going to try to make sure... See that you cannot read my handwriting? Maybe you can. Can you read my handwriting? There. It says, check to make sure some reading is there. That's what that... Can you read that? Check to make sure some reading is there. So I'm going to actually take a little bit of work with me on this vacation because I just feel like... I feel like I need to because I've got a lot to do. So I'm hoping... Krellin's like, you should be a doctor. No one can read your handwriting. Sometimes I can't read my handwriting. Actually, Levi's correct. I am technically a doctor, just not a medical doctor. Just a philosophical doctor. Philosophically, I'm a doctor. This is right. So if you're just like, oh, I've got this pain, I'll say, oh, you should listen to 2 songs and then call me in the morning. Ba-dum-bum. So, if anyone can figure out where I got my name from, I will do a random gift sub for Trooper. Atomica. Ooh. Krellin says, PhDs are way more impressive than MDs. MDs just have to put in the time. PhDs have to actually make a new discovery in their field. Well, I also think that I would say that MDs also have to be sleep deprived, but like there was some major sleep deprivation in my life as well. So, I mean, I'm not, thank you, Krellin. DJ Atomica? Oh. What I want to tell you is I'm going on vacation tomorrow. So no stream on Saturday or next Thursday or next Saturday. So that's like, but I will be back in time for streams the week after. I framed my vacation so that I would, not miss too much stream because I miss you all. What else do I want to tell you? I have to do my bills. I did that. So I have to do laundry tonight. Though Burnout Paradise isn't really old. Krellin's like, now you young whippersnapper. Nobody knows old like Krellin and I, is what I want to say. I am going... Oh, we have a giveaway for today. I totally forgot the giveaway last week, but the giveaway for today is Absolver, which is like a fighting game. And hey, Barantor, welcome in. So we're going to do this giveaway of like a fighting game around the halfway mark. Probably around 8. I'm going to host Critical Role on my channel at 10 if you want to hang out and watch it. And I will probably be watching and also running around like a mad person trying to get everything done. And what else do I want to tell you? I'm going to have to eat food. Krellin will tell me that I have to do that. I don't know what it is I will eat for food, but I will eat something. And... it's okay, Trooper. We're all mad. We're mad, I tell you. I love it. I do. I love that Cheshire Cat smile. And so I'll be gone for a week. I've got madness to do, lots and lots, but I will, I'll get stuff done. And what? The name game. Come on, everybody. I said, now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F or an M will appear. And then I say bo and a B, then I say the name, then banana, fanta, and fo. And then I say the name again with an F, very plain. Then a fee, fi, and a mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can rhyme. Ice bunny, bo, bice bunny, banana, fana, fo, fice bunny, fee, fi, mo, mice bunny. Ice bunny. Thank you so much for the gift sub, Atomica. And I'm sad that Ice Bunny's not here right now, but she'll just have to know it happened and then watch the name game when she gets here, because no, you are a man of your word. Hey, look, everybody, I've got a new emote on its way. It's a no Brad emote from the amazing Jer. And then also, I have it. Yeah, so like, I don't know when it's going to be approved, but it will be here, I am certain, in the next time period. So, yeah. Oh, that is a good question. Hey, yo, Wild Engineer. Wild Engineer, I have a question for you. Oh, SSX? I think I played that, didn't I? Did I play that? Am I thinking of a different game that I played? Yeah, that's me, Mario. Or Gerio. Wild Engineer, I have a question. It's just a question I have for you. I just have a question. Here's my question. So, in some RPGs, there's wild magic, where, spelled with an E, like that, where Gerio's part of a balanced breakfast. So wild magic usually is some sort of magic that sort of manifests spontaneously, right? Like, oh, I have wild magic. Is wild engineering similar? Right, so if you are a wild engineer with an E, does that mean that, like, if you're, like, wandering around outside in the woods maybe, all of a sudden spontaneously you get special woods engineering talents, and then you can engineer, like, radios out of coconuts? Kind of like maybe the professor from Gilligan's Island had wild engineering? I just have a question about that. That's all I want to know. Maybe bridges just pop up. That's what, like, you know, Levi says. It's just sort of like spontaneous bridge construction, which is different from spontaneous human combustion. It's a question. SSX came out this millennia. That's not old. That's barely voting. First off, I love the idea of Gerios being a part of it. First off, I have to say, game years are like dog years, curl and Itzel. Well, you know, isn't that weird? It's so true how things that are not that old can become old all of a sudden. Well, my wild is in the vein of Oscar. Nice. But wild engineering would be things like working roads that randomly fireball. Okay, so that would be amazing, right? Like you build these roads, but then they just sort of randomly fireball at odd times, or like glue. What's the one, like haste? Like maybe, like, you don't know, just random spells just sort of pop up. So you're driving along the road and then you get haste, and all of a sudden you're going super fast, and then you get like a speeding ticket. Awkward. Or invisibility, which would be super weird when that happens on your road. Just random invisibility. Corella, you know what's funny though? As I think though, like Jer's idea that game years are like dog years, I think it's sort of true, because I know people who are younger than us, admittedly, who really do think of like the original Xbox as being really old, because the original Xbox is what, 2 generations ago, and they'd think of 2001 as being really old, and it is almost 20 years old, I suppose. So. Carlin is like, the Xbox is new. Stop it. And this Atari is ancient. The game is old when you can't play it on modern game systems. We had an Atari and an NES. I also had a Commodore. I had a ColecoVision. I never had any of the Nintendo systems at all, because I sort of missed that. Like, I had a weird gap in my gaming life due to the Army. I did have a game called Ski Slalom. Was what, remember how in the 80s they had all these little like handheld computer games that were like dedicated to one game itself? And I had this one called Ski Slalom, which had like a little LED on it and a little slider, and you controlled a little stick figure it was like a sort of a long LED strip like this, and at the very bottom of this LED strip there was a little stick person, and the little slider you had could move it over to the center lane, the side lane, the left lane, or the right lane, and then down the top of the LED strip coming downwards would be other little sticks, which were the ski poles, I suppose, and you had to like move your slider to avoid getting hit by the ski poles or flags or whatever, and it would just get faster and faster and faster, so you're just like and that was the super high-tech video game, little handheld that I had back in the day that, that is what, you know what I just did? I did a thing that is probably a bad idea, but I did it anyway, and I should probably undo it, but we'll see how it goes. I'll think about this. The Xbox One isn't even new. The original Xbox isn't really old. It was current when I bought it, and I wasn't allowed to have a gaming console when I was living at home. Yeah, right, the little green screen single games. You know what I was talking about, Barontor, thank you. And I feel like when consoles become unavailable in stores, they're probably old. I think the original Xbox probably counts as old now because it's no longer being produced, and I think that you can't get one. I one-sided on the NES Sega Wars and only had Nintendo until Final Fantasy jumped to PlayStation. Interesting. Control Freak says, I had a headset game like that, but with cards. Oh my gosh! Control Freak. I had a headset game like that. I didn't have a lot of stuff. I had that little one, and then I got one later. It was like battle tanks or whatever. It was the exact same thing, but it was this little kind of weird headset thing that you'd put up like a binoculars, and you would control it with your fingers up here. There was like movement here and like maybe shooting here or whatever, and it was like 3D, and like you were a little tank car thing, and you'd move from side to side, and like it was like Space Invaders sort of, but 3D. And I love that so much. I can't. Oh, now you're making me think about that. Yeah. Trooper, why is the entire internet babies? I don't even know. Well, now you got my mind in gear on the Wild Magic Bridge. Sometimes you get home faster, sometimes you fill out an insurance claim. Or you get dimension doored to some other place. Awkward bridge. And ArcW says, if you cannot run the game without looking for fixes or third-party programs, then the game is old. Example games that require a CD player to run them, then it's old. It was a car that you steered over a vinyl roadway with traffic, and the wheel just moved the plastic car back and forth. Oh, yeah, no, but mine was like a little button thing one. And there was one like that, Trooper, for submarines. Yes, right, and I remember mine was like a space-age tank, but again, remember, our graphics are questionable. CDs are old. It reminds me of Battlezone. I want to go. Let's keep it friendly in chat, y'all. I want to go real. They have old handheld games. CDs are effing ancient. Yes, keep it. Some folks don't like being called young. Some folks don't like being called old. So I think it's interesting because I think that there's a weirdness. Control Freak says, in other news, I found out a couple of days ago that the music charts in the UK only started in 57. I believe, Control Freak, there were music charts before 1957, but just not your main ones. And it's the same thing in the US, that a lot of Billboard was around, but the main Billboard charts are starting in the 1940s, and there are other charts that happened before then, but they're a little bit different because radio was different and music sales were different. So there's a guy named Joel Whitburn who does reconstructions of pre-50s, pre-40s charts to figure out what they would be by looking at trade newspapers. He would look at trade magazines to try to figure out sales charts that way. So there are ways to figure out what the big hits were, but you often have to go to, for example, sheet music sales is what you often have to do, sheet music sales. I mean, basically the industry changed so radically post-World War II, pre-World War II, that you have to sort of look at different indicators to figure out what would sort of count as the charts. Hey, Sea Spider. Krellin, you call yourself really old and ancient. That's, Yeah, calling someone a baby is in a different space. I had a Hello Kitty handheld game. Oh, it was literally a plastic bubble with water and pegs and rings, and you push a little button to move water. Oh, I remember those things, like the kind of analog ones, right? Didn't video kill it? I heard that video did kill the Radio Star, as I believe, which is why I'm using the 57 charts as the cutoff point for the spreadsheet I built of all the number 1 albums for the major UK charts. Oh, there's a I believe there's a Spotify playlist that has all the UK number 1s on it, which I think I'm subscribed to. So I think there's a Spotify playlist that has all of it on there. I think there is also I think all the number 1 videos there might be a YouTube playlist for the UK as well. I think. Which is why I'm using the 57 charts as the cutoff point for the spreadsheet I built of all the number 1 albums from major UK charts. Mm-hmm. You couldn't succeed on the radio unless you had a pretty face in the video. Digital killed the video star. Fair, Baron Tor. Number 1s, number 1 albums, not... Oh, that's true, because they wouldn't have the albums on there. That is fair, Control Freak. Calling someone is not only patron buzz, also implies a lack of thick skin. That's why Trooper has follows and I don't. Oh, hey now. People look all sorts of ways on the internet. I will tell you what. I call myself old, but I don't use qualifiers or ancient. Okay, so Krellin apologized, and I am ancient. So, where are we at? Oh, there was a thing I wanted to bring up, and now I think I forgot what it was. I forgot. Oh, no. Wait. I almost forgot it. I will say that there's a lot of really interesting debates about how do we decide what the number 1 songs were. Well, actually, there are a lot of... It's fascinating because the way that, from my perspective of Time Trooper, that is not true. Thank you, Kulan. But you don't know. Like, maybe I'm actually 1,000 years old, right? Sal says, I just want you jerks to know that due to y'all talking about it yesterday and a little bit today in the Discord, that I want to play a realistic superhero game. You jerks. Also, hi. Oh, realistic superhero games are one of my faves, or at least I like low powered supers is what I like. That's like one of my faves. So I tend to like pulp. I tend to like if I'm gonna go supers, I tend to like a kind of like a street level pulp style supers, without like massive huge powers. Anarch Dovey says, I just have a big problem with being called a baby because I was really sensitive as a kid and I was often bullied and it triggers me. I'm sorry, Anarch Dovey. Krellin did apologize and we will note that in the future. Sea Spider's like, you like pulp? What? I never would have guessed. And yeah, no, I do like a good street level supers who have some level of superpowers, but not massive level of superpowers, right? Like not Superman level, generally speaking. Javai says, low mid-level powers is my preference in general. Haven't been in a super game so far, but I can't see it being different in that genre. Mm-hmm. Sal says, like Hancock or Super's game with consequences, and like you'd better do the legwork or the criminal's going to get off on a technicality. Oh yeah, those are interesting too. I tend to sort of like the heroes grounded in a world kind of a thing, and like personal consequences. The Gadgeteer, Sea Spider says, the Detective, the Acrobat, the Brawler, all classes I wanted to implement on a lower power RPG. Yeah, right, like those sorts of things. Hey, Go Eat Rice. We are. We only play like 3 hours at a go, and then this is only session 8. It's only part 8. So, I mean, like, we're doing pretty well. We are starting part 3 of 4 of Night in the Woods. There are like 4 parts apparently, and we have left the weird autumn, and now we're moving into the something fall, which I think is going to get, I don't even know what it's going to get because there was a kidnapping. That's all. I feel like that might be a bit high. Well, 3 hours ish. I don't want superpowers. I just want someone to love me. Small dreams. This is ish. No, I totally play like at least 2 hours, especially on a Thursday or a Saturday, because like it's once we brought in Wednesdays where I get a lot of the talking in. Like Thursdays and Saturdays have been a bit more focused, is all. So that's it. I have not done Twitch Sings, Go Eat Rice, because Twitch Sings is not Mac compatible, so I cannot do it. It is PC only. And so because it's PC only, I can't do Twitch Sings, which makes me sad. When it comes to fantasy, I prefer that things like elves, etc., are actually closer to the mythological roots and not humans with pointy ears. For me, it's a mix. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes I want. It also depends on whether or not they're PC possibilities. Like if I'm doing like a horror fantasy game, then let's say I will say. Elves are not available as a player race, and they're just creepy and scary and like lurk on the edges, and like you do not want to have anything to do with them because they will wreck you. And so like that, but that would be like a different sort of game than I would if I were doing a Tolkien-esque sort of, or your kind of like standard fantasy sort of relationship to elves and dwarves. Yeah, so like creepy, scary elves, like I certainly will do that, but like that's a different vibe. You know what I mean? So it just kind of depends on the particular fantasy vibe that I'm going for, and I'll go with different ones. What is the scariest game that I've played? Tabletop RPGs or video games is the question. If we go with tabletop RPGs. I've played in some scary Call of Cthulhu, but I was in a super scary Bluebeard's Bride. That was pretty scary. But video game, I will answer that question for you, Go Eat Rice. And I have an answer for you. Here it is. Are you ready? And look, there is a reason why this was the scariest game that I've played, and it's not just the game, it's also the circumstances around the game. But the scariest video game that I played was this. Kulan says, the scariest video game I've ever played is my actual life. I think I'm losing right now. Kulan, I give you a hug. Atomic says, I go so homebrew with my RP worlds that I'd never let Trooper see my stuff because he's within a 2-hour drive of backhand me. I would never backhand you. No, so the scariest video game I ever played was Silent Hill: The Room. And here is why. The reason why that was the scariest game I ever played is because the concept of that game is that there is a person who lives alone in an apartment, and they wake up one day and the door to their apartment has been chained shut, but from the inside, and they didn't do it, so they cannot get out of their apartment. They're stuck in their apartment alone. And then some kind of creepy hole opens up in their bathroom, and the only way to get out of their apartment is to like crawl through this creepy hole, which then takes them to Silent Hill in some awful way, and there's badness everywhere. But the thing is, at the time that I was playing it, I was living alone in an apartment, and I'm just playing this video game about a person being stuck, some dude being stuck alone in his apartment, and I'm playing it stuck alone in my apartment. And it just was like, I didn't actually finish the game because I was a little bit too creeped out. I think I could probably play it again and finish it because I live in a dorm, so I feel like I'd be, it's fine. But yeah, I never finished Silent Hill: The Room because it just creeped me out at the moment, at that time. So, it was just kind of the circumstances. Levi says, crawling through creepy holes to get out of a bathroom sounds like how I left parties in high school. So we're gonna play. Night in the Woods. I just finished Detention. You may like that game. Ooh, I like a good scary game. I find elves that are just humans with pointy ears really boring, and I find that they might as well be humans. In Finland, elves are called Arni or Haltja, and they protect either a place, treasure, or someone, but it really isn't clear what they look like. Example, Luonto, third part of human soul, that is a person's magical prowess. So, I mean, like, I think that, like, again, like, if I'm going to go for something that's very old mythology, I'm just not going to let PCs be elves, right? Elves will be forces of nature that no one understands. And so humans will probably just not play elves. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. If you want something to be mysterious and alien, don't let them be PCs. Keep them mysterious and alien and like nobody knows what they're doing. Hey, Mr. Awful McPherson. Speaking of dorms, well, I'm out of my depth here. It is likely that hi, Pumpkin. Fortunately, life only needs one person to lose. So like I think there's like a thing like in Clockwork Dominion, you actually can't play elves. You can play changelings, but you can't play full-on elves. I know some fantasy games where you can't actually play full elves. You might be able to play like little pieces, but they keep you more. You're basically going to be playing some sort of human. Hey everybody, hey Deuce. So that's one thing. Like if your elves are basically forces of nature that are mysterious and unknowable, then don't make them PCs, and then you can have them be unknowable. But see, the thing is, there are a lot of players who will not play a game unless they can play non-humans because like I'm sure you've known those players who are like, I will never play a human. I hate humans. So I mean, you have to, like there's like. That's right. In Krellin, that's another one. You cannot be full Fae in the World of Darkness either. So, like, there are games that will keep the Fae mysterious, but they do that by not putting them in the player's hands. I'm a human every day, but you're not every human every day, and that is fair. No Kelpies in here, at least. How do you know there are no Kelpies here? You don't know. Yeah, and I think it's interesting because I think there's something to be said. You get this a lot in horror games, right? But what if I am every human? I'm every human. It's all in me. Everything Krillin is, baby. Krillin does it naturally. Oh. But like a lot of horror games sort of really sort of embrace that the only way to make something horrible, scary, and alien and strange is by not letting the players have access to it, right? So if you give it hit points, if you give it stats, then it becomes less mysterious. And so to keep things that way. Like I think the same thing with am I playing Space Cat? The music in this game is so good. You should get up. You should get up, May. And I think there's the same thing with magic. Oh, this is creepy, everybody. I'm clearly traumatized and nobody believes me. The music in this game is so good. Space Cat. I could play some bass, but which song? Space Dragon, Die Anywhere Else, Weird Autumn. We'll play it later. I forgot what happened. You were chasing a guy who kidnapped someone, and then your aunt showed up and told you to go home? That's exactly what happened, Levi. Because she didn't believe me that somebody was kidnapped because I described it like in a way that, yes, Atomica, please share a Night in the Woods link that you found. Like, yes. Yes, please. Share it. Yeah, I've been looking at many systems for my Iron Age setting, and none of them do what I want. I checked ones you suggested, and it wasn't really... Anarch W, what do you want? Tell us what you're looking for, and if you tell us what you're looking for, then I imagine I can help you find what it is that you might need. Hey, Falcon of Venom. Go Eat Rice. The music in this game is really, really good. No, Levi, you were not forgetting anything. And so it's just like, so yeah. Like, so like, if you let us know what kind of feel you want, there are a bunch of us here who might be able to give you something more. Like, do you want classes, or no classes? Do you want levels? Do you want not levels? Do you want no magic at all? Like, what's like, how heroic do you want it to be? How cinematic do you want it to be? Are we talking about maybe you want rune quests? Like, should you be going, like, what do you want? Because like, how detailed do you want combat? Give us some stuff and we can maybe figure it out for you. It's got, I wouldn't call it a spoiler, but definitely a teaser at the end. It's a good animation, but the very last bit might be a strong hint. Put it in Discord, and then I'll probably watch it after I finish. Hey, May, thanks so much for your help last night. Oh, woke up and realized that I completely imposed in a big way. Thank you, I really appreciate it. I'll be at work cleaning up after last night if you want to say hello. Oh, all right. And then, hey, Greg. Hey, dude, sorry I couldn't hang last night. Angus says he's sorry, too. Band practice today, because I'm in charge and I say so. Off to work, bye. Oh. Wait. Hi. Sharkle. I think I'll save it for the end of the stream. Depends on where the Iron Age is located, can have a big shift in time. Yeah, so I want more details. Anarch Dovey, give us more details so that I can help with games, because there are many options and I can be helpful. And also Krellin and also Sal, like, there are a bunch of us that can be very helpful. Barontor as well. We will be helpful. We will help. That's all. No classes. I want it to be skill-based. I would like it to be deadly. Survival is important, so crafting would be a thing. Thank you, Atomica. So you checked GURPS, yeah? And that was a no-go for you? If you checked GURPS and said no, you could try RuneQuest. That is also no classes and skill-based. That's percentile dice. Because GURPS is deadly, skill-based, and has crafting. You could go with, if you didn't like that, you could go with RuneQuest. How crunchy do you want it? Like, what's your level of crunch? Do you want it to be a pretty crunchy game, or do you want it to be sort of rules light? Magic, also a thing, but more ritualistic instead of I cast Fireball. Again, you might be thinking about RuneQuest there. That could be a thing for you. Or also GURPS using one of the alternative... like, you could use GURPS using Ritual Magic. Or there are a couple other alternative magic systems that I quite like. RuneQuest is pretty that way, sort of just how you describe it. You could... What else am I thinking that has sort of slow ritual magic? In Finland, the Iron Ages ended in the 1300s. Oh, interesting. RuneQuest, GURPS. I feel like The Darkest Eye had pretty slow magic, but I don't know if you'd want that one. Maybe Rollmaster, if you want to go old school. Parked on a phone now. Hey. Says May. I'd probably just... Savage Worlds? Is there... I mean, maybe you can do slow... Hey, GURPS emote spam. Yeah. Don't play Rollmaster unless you like charts, but if you like charts, definitely play Rollmaster. We were secluded forest dwellers, Swedish aristocracy, thought Finns to be barbaric savages. People always think that people who are different are savages. We're all looking a bit older, I guess. were to take like one moment and make it like the official version of us, that's true. I get that. I wonder if the new working clock downstairs thinks this clock is scary. Big old thing upstairs, like you, but different, huge and spooky, making weird noises at night. Oh, hey, May is clearly affected by what happened, and that's coming through with everything that she's saying. Oh yeah, Warhammer. Warhammer would also work, right? Warhammer, maybe Fantasy Age. Northern Crusades. Oh, is it class-based or profession-based, where you have a profession that's your background? But that might be a little... Barentor can explain that a little bit better, right? It seems like it's a little bit different than a real strict class-based system. Fantasy Age. Yeah, Barentor, we're looking for Iron Age, no classes, skill-based, slow magic, like sort of ritual slow magic, no fireball kind of casting. Deadly with crafting. So those are the things that we are pondering. I still feel like RuneQuest GURPS might be a ways to go. I don't know how slow Savage Worlds goes with its magics, how like slow and ritualistic. Yeah. So maybe Warhammer? You're just like me. Like, you're just like the same every day? What is your bird existence like? Do we have any detective books out here? Oh, of course we do. Do we have any books about ghosts? Like real life ghosts? Do we have any books for nut jobs, I guess? No, this is good. Research is good. Confront the problem head on. You're not losing it, dude. You are in fact keeping it very close. See, I think that May is not doing well after that experience. I can't find this thing, Spooky. It's a piece of Granddad. We need more of those. There's a lot going on there. Yes, survival system could be a thing. And probably survival systems with like starvation and environmental hazard rules. I don't know if Mom's still talking to May. I will say this though, again, this sounds a lot like GURPS to me, is all I'm saying. I'm just saying it sounds like GURPS to me. That's all I'm saying. I just am saying. Well, the thing is with, but all those details are really specific. Hey, hon. Oh. Yeah? Come say hello, why don't you? Okay, not everything sounds like GURPS to me. Sometimes the people are like, what I want is like a really rules light narrativist game where you're playing like a visual novel dating sim like Hatoful Boyfriend. I would not say GURPS. That would not be what I would say. I would say other things, but I would not say GURPS. No matter what game system I think I see becomes a GURPS game system to me. Wait. Krellin, don't tell me. I'm not gonna look at chat. Everything I think I see becomes a to me. Oh my gosh. That's a commercial ad from the late 70s and 80s. I don't think it's Toys R Us. Everything I think I see becomes a Tootsie Roll, right? It's a Tootsie Roll. Becomes a Tootsie Roll to me. Tootsie Roll. Mm-hmm. That's the Tootsie Roll one. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I saw you, Krellin. It was a Tootsie Roll. Mm-hmm. I mean, GURPS is good for most things, at least if you want some crunchy. Teutonic order and state aren't really something Europeans like to talk about. Yeah. Tootsie Roll. Tootsie Roll. Yeah, I think that maybe if you don't like GURPS, you could go with RuneQuest. Maybe Warhammer. When it comes to Vikings, so here's the thing. Hold on, right? Like, the thing is, I was, like right here, right? GURPS Vikings, 2nd edition. This is a 3rd edition book rather than a 4th edition book, but GURPS 3rd and 4th are super backwards compatible. It's actually pretty easy to use 3rd edition books and under 4th edition. There's an update that tells you about some of the few things you need to worry about, and a lot of their setting books are only like mid crunch in there, so there's a lot of stuff that you can do pretty easy. So yeah, right, like you could just pick up GURPS and like GURPS Vikings, and I would probably recommend low tech. Where's my GURPS low tech? There's high tech. Oh, I don't think I have low tech and hardcover. I think I only have it on PDF. Is that true? It must be true because I'm not seeing it here. Why is that the case? Anyway, my point is, hey, you know what? Hey, hold on. Well, wait. Here, hold on. I've got to come over to chat again because I need to get my cursor. I need my cursor. So here's the thing. Anarch Dovey. Vikings weren't really Iron Age. They were more early Middle Ages. That's true. And GURPS Lite is free. That is also true. Here, let me go back there. Trooper trying to find game, which is not my fault. Sorry about that. But also the thing is about, you can also just pick up GURPS Low Tech, right? And GURPS Low Tech gives you everything you need to run games in, like, what are we looking at? I'm looking at Ultra Tech, High Tech. You can get Low Tech. And what's the campaign? I think it's... Have you seen the video, The Problem with GURPS? I think I've seen that one, which was... There are a couple of them. This was the one where by the person who actually sort of likes GURPS but thinks his thesis is that basically because GURPS is generic, it'll never do anything as well as a thing that is specifically dedicated to doing one thing only. So basically GURPS is always everybody's second choice and never anyone's first choice. So if you're like, I'm going to play supers, you would never play GURPS. You'd play something that is dedicated to supers. If you say, I'm going to play fantasy, you'd never play GURPS. You'd play something that is dedicated to fantasy. You play D&D. So GURPS is always the second choice and never the first choice. It's just that it's actually my first choice. So like I see his argument. It just does not work for me. Mom and May just staring at each other. Death. Oh, look at that. Huh. Iron Age, Viking Age, early Middle Ages, all kind of similar. Eras and time periods are not harsh lines, but rather gradual, and some things develop before others, says Javai. The problem with GURPS is the perfect system, so the problem with GURPS is once you play GURPS, you keep playing GURPS. Where's my tech levels? Technology level, 22. So here's the thing. 22 tech levels. Tech level, that's page 27. All right, so GURPS has tech levels. We're going to talk about this just 1 second, then we're going back to the game. GURPS has tech levels, and the tech levels, so everything is sort of set up by tech. And tech level 0 is Stone Age, tech level 1 is the Bronze Age, tech level 2 is the Iron Age, and then tech level 3 is Medieval. And So Iron Age Tech Level 2, that's Ancient Rome. So if you wanted to do Ancient Rome, there are a couple of Ancient Rome books that will give you Tech Level 2. That's Iron Age, if you wanted Ancient Rome. But you could just use the Low Tech book and just look up to see what technologies are Tech Level 2 and just use those, you know? So you can, you have options. Let me put this back. There are a lot of, and I think, I mean, there's Ancient Rome over there, there's Egypt. There are a couple of different history books that are set in the Iron Age, depending on what exactly you want to do, right? You could do, I mean, the Iron Age is, like, where in the Iron Age? Do you, like, what do you want? Like, do you want Iron Age in Finland, in Egypt? What do you want? That's all. No, TL2 for Iron Age, TL3 is medieval, and then TL4 is Renaissance. All of the expanding Viking activity is much later than Iron Age. They have written history. Iron Age, by definition, is prehistoric. TheTrove.net is a great source for systems. It's an archive for different TTRPG systems. So my point is that if you want to, you can do it. It is possible and doable to... Yeah, depending on what kind of Iron Age thing you can do, you can certainly do it in GURPS, and you can certainly do it in RuneQuest, probably a couple other games. You just have to decide, you know, what you want. Let's talk to Mom. Hey, hun. Hey, Mom. You look really tired. So do you. Also, I have a splitting headache. Well, the weather seems to agree with you. Gray and drizzly. Huh, I could go for that today. Hey, hun. Yeah? Sorry about yesterday. Me too. I said some stuff. I didn't really mean it. Well, whether you meant it or not, that isn't how we should communicate. I don't want us to stop talking. I don't want a repeat of a few years ago. What happened a few years ago? What happened a few years ago? Those sagas, says Mr. Awful McPherson, are post-13th century. The sagas are oral histories written later. Maybe May went to juvie. I don't know. I'm really sorry, Mom, about all of it. Hey, May, you okay? I'm fine. Guess I'm stressed too. Saw some weird stuff last night. Or I think I did. Want to talk about it? Yes, say yes. Later, I'm still, like, putting it together. Can we talk about school? Also later. I just feel like they need to talk about some stuff. So, what are you stressed about? Ubef Sword, 9th century. May killed a guy with a javelin during an inter-network street fight. That's what happened. Well, I guess you're a grown-up now. Just spill it, Mom. After your incident a few years back... What was this incident? Mom is stressed about her mom jeans and comfy shoes. As you know, we went into some debt smoothing that over. Oh. Jeez, I'm still so sorry about that. So she had some incident. I think she stabbed someone, maybe? It's in the past. Let's not go back over it. Oh, okay. When it came time to get you off to school, we took advantage of a kind of a mortgage to make sure you were taken care of. Okay. Well, turns out it wasn't a very good deal, and I just feel so stupid. They like to offer these mortgages to people who maybe don't have a lot of money and aren't used to getting offers like this. Why? Because the bank took advantage of us, and now they own the house, and we owe them more than it's worth. What does that mean? It means we're not sure how long into the future we'll have the house. Holy crap, we're in trouble, huh? And I'm a huge jerk? It's okay, sweetie. Don't worry. Oh. Ooh. Ah. Like, they clearly went to, like, Major Hawk to get May to go to college, and then May's dropping out. Like, there's a lot going on here, you know? Mr. Awful McPherson says, some civilizations have politics and writing, some writing and iron, some iron and politics. History doesn't care about humans classifying and charting things. The Viking Society did have a writing, but it was very limited in use, mostly for marking things. Yeah, oh no, Sissy Spider, oh yeah. Don't do the Paul Rubens death scene from the Buffy movie. No. Kulan says, such as the Ulfberht sword, Viking didn't occur until the 8th century en masse. Yeah, this is, so she, like, they, this is rough. This is rough, everybody. What you reading? It's a book of unsolvable murders. Did they all happen? Oh, I don't know, maybe. Sure. Want to hear a real teaser? Yeah, sure. All right, there's a man lying dead in a kitchen with a bullet wound in his head. There's a man there with him. He's got some blood on his right hand, but no gun. Huh, I remember these things. Last thing, the dead guy has a scar on the back of his head. Do you know the answer? Well, I don't know if there's one answer. It's supposed to get you thinking. About murder? I'll say, you should have been a detective. Yeah, I would have loved that. Okay, so I have a question. What kind of scar does the dead guy have? Who's the other guy in the room? What else is in the room? What else is in the room? Mr. Awful McPherson says, the Viking invasions of Western Europe took time, but the Baltics got Norse raiders and invaders centuries earlier. The Baltic Sea area. Those untold murders are always so interesting. Normal stuff, refrigerator, microwave, silverware. Knives? No knife wounds, though. Oh, right. Okay, I think I got it. Oh. Wow, what you got? The guy in the room is a surgeon. He implanted a magnet in the dead guy's skull. That's why he has that scar. Then the suspect used a super magnet or something on the dead guy's forehead, which pulled the magnet out through the dude's head. That's why he has blood on one hand. Yep, and I bet the murder weapons are stuck to the fridge. Holding a pic of Aunt Dottie. Oh, bravo, sweetie. Thank you, thank you. We'd make quite a pair of investigators. Could open a detective agency in town. Could use one right now, probably. Always worked for crime solvers. All right, I'm gonna get going. Love you, daughter detective. You too, Inspector Mom. Mom. Dad looks older, still funny though. Meets. The Viking Age did occur around the time of what would be the Middle Ages of the mainland Europe, but fits Iron Age just as well in other senses. Krellin says, some jerk down the street shot a bullet in the air. The bullet fell onto the dead guy. The other guy was just going, oh God, and ducked, but his hand got hit by the blood spray. Oh, that could do it, but we're in a room, so the guy's got a scar on the back of his head, a bullet wound, and the other guy has blood on his hand. The scar is incidental. Yeah, the scar could very easily be that red herring. Ooh, hey. Things look different, everyone. Bullet wound, the guy there with blood on one hand. Oh. I know, I want to be able to just jump up in a tree too. Also, I am going to, you know, I'm gonna go and find my, we're gonna look at the star. super overpowered cat girls. I hear ya. Hello. Let's, Ms. May Borowski. Present. Smell that, the autumn winds. Yeah, hard to miss it. One should not miss such a thing. Talking of, want to see some stars? Yeah. Come have a look. And see, doing the stars. Oh, I'm blind. This is your own fault at this point, I would say. I just feel like at this point, we just chat while I do the scanning thing. We'll just do some scanning. Oh, I didn't think I'd find one so quickly. Star located, Captain. Let us consult the guide. Oh, you will like this one. Really? Because they're dead. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm into it. Gramercy the Medium. In life, he spoke with the dead? Really? Who knows? But when he died, his own spirit returned and spoke through him. Wait, that's dumb. How so? That's just called being alive. Yeah, we'll just, yeah, no. How did, wait, what? We'll go with that one. The people I just bought the wife's anniversary gift from just sent me a coupon. Timing. His own spirit possessed his body. That's like literally the same thing as being alive. No, he was dead, but possessed. By himself. Yes. Oh God, this is dumb. So what's the moral of this one? Moral? Yeah, usually star things like this have some sort of moral. Ha, sometimes things are just strange. That's the moral? Also, I feel like we're not processing that we have some kind of weird murder thing going on. There is a difference between being alive and being dead and possessed by your spirit. Oh, actually, that's a good question. Did his body need to eat and sleep and stuff? Because if not, then I feel like actually, right, that is a big difference. Anarch Dovey says, we have Lake Bodom, Finland murders, where 3 people were killed and 1 was injured. 15-year-old females, Malia Ermeli Bjorklund and Anya Tuklimaki, and 18-year-old male Seppo Antero Boisman were killed by stabbing and blunt force trauma to their heads while sleeping inside a tent. The 4th youth, then 18 years old, Nils Wilhelm Gustafsson, was found outside of the tent badly injured. The murder was never found. Gustafsson was arrested but released the following year. Was Gustafsson able to identify someone as the culprit, or like was able to describe? Ooh. Here we go. Found one. We divide medieval into 3 phases: early Saxon Viking, Danelaw, High Anglo-Norman, up to the 100 Years' War. Late 100 Years' War to the end of the Plantagenet rule is a rough guide. It avoids the use of Middle Ages, which lumps a time of large changes together. And also it becomes like Middle Ages are also sort of fantastical in certain ways, like people imagine it as being one thing. What am I gonna eat for dinner, folks? 3 Finnish Swedes and 1 Finn, we all know who did it. It's the Estonians. Hey. Let's see. Ah, big snake. Big snake? Yep. I saw a big snake once. Of course. Just texted the wife asking the same thing. Right? That's at the zoo? In Scouts, we were hiking, and one was sunning itself on a rock. What a treat. I was thinking it's rare to see a snake just randomly relaxing. What's up with this one? Big snake emerged from the earth and made war upon the villages. What villages? You know, villages. Okay. And as he wrapped himself around them, the villagers saw that they were encircled by the same, big snake, and they came together, and together slew that big snake. You learn. Why did Big Snake attack the people? Do you have sympathy for the big snake? Geez, I don't know, but can we just keep saying Big Snake? Big Snake. Big Snake. Big Snake. That is our pair for the day. Well, gee willikers, Mr. Chazikov. Willikers. I like saying willikers. Like, Big Snake does sound like a type of myth, doesn't it? Wow, that was pretty great. Yes, it was. More in a couple days? Big Snake makes me think of the song Big Truck. Big Snake. Snakes. Snake in Gramercy. Greg rules, okay. Look at my... I have strange things in my... Yep. So we're gonna go all the way across on the wires and then come all the way back. Just, you know, to see what we got. Like what are our options? Oh, and I think we've done it. So we are going to come back around, but this time go on the ground. Harvest? Jump off! Can I? Nope. Alright. Apparently not. This music is good. But hello, squirrel. Clearly Harfest is done. I like how I don't die from jumping off of things or falling off of things. I suspect it's because I'm a cat, but that may not be true. I mean, I don't know. Harvest. Let's talk to our poet friend. How's it going, Summers? How was your Halloween? Weird. Went to Harfest. Saw some messed up shit that I think was real. Then had a really bad nightmare. Cool. I stayed in and ate candy and watched TV. Halloween episodes were on. Right? Harfest? Harvest? Harvest more like the fields require blood sacrifice to ensure a good yield. Hey, sometimes you do a little blood sacrifice in the fields. Well, I was out living a Halloween episode, okay? Whoa. Yep. Want to hear a new poem? Sure. Autumn winds. Autumn sins. Oh, okay. Autumn times. Autumn crimes. What counts as an autumn sin? Yeah. What counts as an autumn sin? Autumn sin. Cheating on your wife with some gas station skank in November. Oh, right. Yeah, that's inconsiderate. Hey, Mr. Chazikov. Yell, Selma? You're gonna break your neck someday. We'll make sure to fall right on you. Well, I'm a big enough target. I'm bigger than you. We should be covered. You too. Leaves, leaves, leaves. Is that a poem? Nope. No chance of getting a good tobacco crop. Otherwise, am I right, halflings of the moot? Selma is Selma is not a good poet. That is a true statement. The missus varnished this porch herself. Don't go tracking mud all over it. All right, it's fine. I won't. Like, it's fine. I don't care. Telling me what to do. We're gonna head over this way. I'm not even worried about Warhammer references. I mean, I ain't a great poet, but Selma's more not good than me. Yes, yeah, not good. Let's see what's up on our board now that it's no longer Harfest. Ooh, here we go. So we have the missing Casey Hartley, which may or may not have anything to do with, you know, the arm we found. We also know we have a kidnapper. More like Awesome Springs. I can't move this. So Katie Washington has never lost a child. Need a babysitter, scrapbooking Odyssey. So no new stuff. You know, Summers is not a good poet. Like, that is just a true statement. Let's hang out that way. I'm a little bit worried about this kidnapping, everybody. This makes me feel uncomfortable. I just want you to know it. It makes me feel uncomfortable. There was a kidnapping. ABJ, everybody. Always be jumping. Hey, Mom. I'm gonna talk to Mom. I just want to see if I can go further. I mean, not really. Hey, Church Mom. Hey, heathen daughter. Oh, I'll make it in here someday. But come on, seriously, no one likes getting up on Sunday. I find it very enriching. Your father does too, mostly. But he attends, and that's important. And he knows it means a lot to me. All right, well, guilt thoroughly tripped. You do work for the church. That's not what faith is like, hon. There's more grace than condemnation. Kinda, whatever. All right, I'm out. See you later, sweetie. Their conversations. Might not be good, but reminds me of a Kevin Smith quote. I mean, kidnappings are never good. I think that's true, Jabai. Technically, Selma's self-published show Already Better Than Us wags his fist at the poetry industry. That is fair. Although I did have a poem published back in the day. I was writing poetry, and I went and I submitted some to some poetry journals, and I got like maybe 1 or 2 published. 2 maybe? I'm sure I have it in my records somewhere. I don't think I have everything. I should actually figure out what those... You know what I should do? I should see if I can find exactly which journals those were. Because I know I wrote them down, but that was back in the 90s. And I should figure out what journals they were so I can actually put them on my CV, because I don't think I actually have them on my CV of publications, and I probably should. You know when you do a lot of stuff, like I was just doing a lot of stuff. Hey, Rissa. And I don't remember everything. Remember, it costs nothing to encourage an artist, and the potential benefits are staggering. A pat on the back to an artist could one day result in your favorite film, or the cartoon you love to get stoned watching, or the song that saved your life. Discourage an artist, and you get absolutely nothing in return ever. Atomica. Have you seen Atlanta Nights? Someone will publish your work. Yeah, I've got to put my publications on my academic CV. Like, I have 2 poems. I believe it was 2 poems I had published, and I've got to see where... The problem is, here's the problem with putting these things on the computer, is that the format that I was using in the 1990s is not the format that is available today. And so I'm gonna have to figure out where those publications went. One I really liked it. One was about my mom, and I thought was really good. And then the other was a purposefully bad poem, which I also thought was pretty good. And I need to figure out, I need to look up those publications. People, you know what I mean? I don't feel right about it. I know, but sometimes the right thing doesn't feel right. What's going on here? I just think it's just wrong to take something when folks don't want you to take it. What's going on here? Well, what's going on? I feel like God would see this differently. I've got 5 publications, but I'm stuck needing a research position to get a bunch more. I do, at least. right now we've been wandering around. That's because you're a good person. Rissa, I'll tell you what happened. So we found out that our parents took out one of those kind of like weird balloon mortgages in order to pay for us to go to college, but now they're underwater and they don't know how long they're going to be able to keep the house. So they did all this stuff to pay for me to go to college, May, and now it's like in a bad way because they were taken advantage of, so that's bad. There's so many poetry journals, some bad, some good, some who've been given hundreds of millions of testaments points at Poetry Chicago. The color is muted because we're in a fall. The French call vegan cheese fromage, and I just wanted you to know that. First off, that is amazing. That is amazing. Let's talk to them. Hey again. Hey. So I had this really bad dream last night. Me too. I dreamed I was a pizza, and I was afraid someone would slice me. Jeez. Yep. This just makes me sad we don't have a pizza place anymore. Gotta order it from out by the highway now. Tragic. I had a dream I was a goose flying south, and I had to keep up with the other gooses, or I'd get lost. That's sad. Twerked a good dream. What are y'all talking about? Big meeting coming up. City council. Yep. About Bruce here. Wow, that's intense. We'd appreciate your prayers. This is precisely the kind of time where God shows up. Hope so. Me too. What is this about? What is going on? I feel like May does not ask follow-up questions. And so May does not know a bunch of things because May does not ask follow-up questions. Hey Cyclonus, how are you doing? And yeah, May has limited. So, but her mom and her made up after their fight yesterday. But we did learn. Also, we get this kind of like indication that. So this was apparently after the incident that happened a few years ago with May. Usually, when God shows up, floods, plague, and murder happens. Yay! And that's Krellin points out that that's because May's response to stuff is whatever. Yeah. So apparently there was some incident that happened years ago, and this incident they had to spend a lot of money in order to paper over the incident. I think this might have been the incident where May stabbed someone back in high school. It's a little unclear to me. But right, so that's a little unclear to me. But apparently they went into some debt to take care of whatever incident that May got involved in back in high school. And then when she went to go to college, they had to go and put out this mortgage, but it was a predatory loan. And now they don't know if they're going to be able to keep the house, and it's really, really bad. That's where the parents are at. Cyclonus found a treasure trove of 1,000 yen in your old backpack. That is awesome. Cheap pizza or good ramen. I bet rat babies would love a delicious pretzel. May, I don't think you feeding these rats are a good idea at all, but you know what? It's fine. We're just gonna go and steal some pretzel. That's €8, or in dollars, $9. Oh, that's not bad. We're gonna steal this pretzel. Just stealing the pretzel. Just stealing the pretzel. Yeah, May, again, remember how May is. May's got an attitude. We have not found any more orphaned arms, but we did have that kidnapping at the end of last week, and so I don't know what's going to happen here, because this is distressing. This is unfairly easy now. May wants to feed her rat babies, but not pay for it. Hey, Miss Rosa. Oh, hello, May. How are you feeling today? Oh, I feel the damp and the cold down here, but it's in my bones wherever I go. So, no harm. Did you want to talk about Granddad? Oh, yes. Where was I? Something about a tide rolling out. Troublemakers in my family. Troublemakers in my family. Right. Back then, there were places that brought us all together. Or at least brought us together in bits and bobs. The old Smokies. The Grand Bears. The Lodge of Old. The Church and the Union. There'd be dances. Up at the HB. That's where I met your granddad. Oh, a lifetime ago. What was he like back then? Like, clearly, May is still missing her. Like, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on here. Oh, Kulan, sleep time. Sleep well, Kulan. Sleep well. Atomic says, I was disappointed. I totally did that to a cup at Spencer's the other day to share on Discord, but the vid didn't record right. Oh, no. No. Plain in most respects, prone to fits of melancholy, but funny and wild when the occasion called. Surprising is, I guess, the word. What'd your daddy say about him? Strict but nice, distant but trying. Strict but nice, strict but nice. Strict is funny. Why? You all right, Miss Rosa? Oh, yes. Let's talk another time. Oh, okay. Hope you feel better. Oh, May. Oh, dear May. For the record, did not steal the cup. See? May needs a good therapist. I don't think that's what she's getting. Yeah, she clearly needs a good therapist, but I also imagine her family probably cannot afford a good therapist. I feel like there's just a lot going on there. I think the town needs therapy. I think that is also true. Hey, kind of a weird question, but is anyone missing? What? Like, anyone you know who was out last night and didn't come back? I don't think so. What's going on? Nothing. I thought I saw something. Okay, you should tell us if this is something. Just be careful, okay? Keep an eye out. And let me know if you see anything weird, okay? I mean, you all hang out together constantly. You're safer than anyone else I know. You know, like, I just feel like there's badness in here. Just feel like there's badness. So we're here at this platform. I think what I like to do is finish out this way and then come back. It's wet again, and I'm cold again. It's just rain. Hey, why are we still standing out here? Someone has to. I feel like that's a bar. Feed rat babies. I've got it, like... Hey, it's this... Hello, person. It's the Snack Falcon. This looks like an abandoned building. We're gonna just, we're gonna go back to where we saw the kidnapping. Trooper is bad at food. I'm gonna eat something. Hey, dude. Hey, you? Working here now? Yep, sucks. But it pays. Question, how do they fit a kitchen in there? Barely. What do you do here? Grill man and janitor. I cook and mop. At the same time? Yes. Feed rat babies. So we're gonna just keep going that way. The heart of hometown since 1972. This is like a... Oh, food donkey. This is a sad place. Oh, police car. Hey. Sup, kid? Diner kitchens are the tiniest. There's a really good diner around here that I really want to go to because I haven't... Food donkey! Because I haven't been there for a while. Sniff, sniff. You smell weird. Why is my aunt's car here? That's your aunt? Yeah. Oh, weird. That makes you... That's like... Makes you half cop? You'll never half catch me, half kappa! I don't know what they're doing up there. Huh. You go to Harfest? Nah, over it. Cool. I had kind of a weird time. Weird bad time, actually. It's a guaranteed weird bad time. Yeah. Really? There are huge storerooms underneath the diner? Are those people from yesterday still here? Dunno. We're not, like, good friends or anything. Oh yeah, I don't know why I thought you'd know. I was wondering if they ever met Casey. Out there somewhere? I can ask. I used to ask. I just hate thinking about him out there all by himself. Casey's tough. He'll be fine. When you gotta get out, you gotta get out. Yeah, I guess. Well, see you at band practice. Real talk, do you actually like watching us play? Yeah, I mean, you're not good, but yeah. Not my style. What is your style? Black metal, thrash crossover, hip hop. I like Witch Dagger. They're kind of metal. Oh yeah, like that Doom shit, right? Da 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 da. Totally. What? You know, one time a guy followed me home, like a guy from the tracks. Oh my gosh. What? Okay, whatever. I gotta go. No. What did you do? It was like some night back in the summer, and out of the corner of my eye, I could kind of see this dude take this turn out of the parking lot and start creeping up the hill, like 50 feet back. But like, I didn't want to look right at him. Yeah, we're gonna go with the big, I took a detour through the woods and sat in a tree. It was getting dark, but like, I could see him standing just off the road, waiting for me to come down. Holy shit. What did you do? After it got dark, I climbed down and got up the hill real quick. Yeah, it was a weird bad time. I'm so upset right now. Haha, I know, right? See ya. Okay, like, creepy. Okay, like, I'm telling you, there's some creepy stuff going on in this town. Hey, it's Aunt Malcup. What were you doing out here last night? We're gonna go with, I saw someone kidnap someone, like a kid. Yeah, we're gonna just, like, straight up say it. Tell me what you saw again? Someone in a big old coat with someone over their back. Uh-huh. And you chased them down here? Yeah, and I got to the fence and they were up in the woods. All right. Thank you, May. I knew you were just gonna brush this off. May, there's been no missing person reports. That tends to happen when a kid goes missing from something like Harfest. Hell, I got 6 calls about kids out too late. There would be a report. I'm reporting this. This right here, this is a report. May, there's no break in the fence. So unless someone could jump this thing while carrying a teenager who hasn't been reported as missing. Any theories, May? They could have gone around the fence? I don't know, May. This fence goes out all along the parking lots, almost to the tracks. For you to be right behind them, and then to be miraculously on the other side of the fence. Ugh! I was running around half the night getting after teenage bullshit, and people scared of clotheslines and noises. Are you trying to kick off a horror movie? No one believes the girl who saw the ghost. Well, I have bad news for you. The cop always dies. I'm sorry, we're talking about a ghost now? It must have gone through the fence? Really, May? No, yes, I don't know. I'm really tired. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Will you at least check the woods? May, me and Dan McConnell were up there this morning because of what you said last night. From the fence up to the old mine, we found a couple of teenagers on a gross mattress. We saw some worried-looking deer and one deer hunter out too early. Well, that can't be it. That is it. No one believes May, everyone. The cop always dies. Everybody. Krellin, if I were Aunt Mall Cop, I would not believe May. And I don't know all of the details of May's past, but if she stabbed somebody and had some problems in the past, I can also see people not believing May. But I also think that maybe we should believe May. But, I mean, because we saw it. Although I don't know if maybe, like, we're getting unreliable narrator stuff. And, yeah, crit Twitch. Those deer have seen some stuff. Let's go into Snack Falcon. I love May, and I wouldn't trust her. This is fair, Atomica. That's why you only commit crimes in front of sketchy teenagers. I think this is fair. If I want to commit some crimes, I'm gonna do it in front of sketchy teenagers, and then, like, no one will believe them, and I'll win. Look, I saw the kidnapping, and I might not believe May. I get it. Sup, dude? Ugh. Long night, weird night. What's up? I'll tell you at band practice. Cool. What you up to? Just saying hello. We gonna head up. Just saying hello. Hello. What you up to? Just saying hello. Hello. So we're heading towards rat babies. We're gonna find some rat babies and, do rat baby things. It's like those eyewitness recalls. Can't trust them. Whoa. What? Is someone moving in? Probably something dumb. I miss you, pizza place. Let's go to Video Outpost 2. I'm picturing Krellin doing when you type rat babies. Rat babies! You up for band practice in a bit? So I'm printing a mini out for a friend. He wants to get into painting minis. Rat babies! I guess. Weird night. How so? I'll tell you about it later. I really feel like, look, here's the thing I'm gonna tell you. You know in movies, when somebody has really important information, and then people are like, what's the important information? And then you don't tell them because you're like, oh, I'll tell you later. Look at all of these rundown places. Right, I'm just saying that every time I see a movie, they're like, okay, right, when you're in the movie and you're like, I've got some, like somebody calls you, you're the main person, and they're like, I've got some really important information for you. And you're like, what is the important information? And then they say, I can't tell you here. Meet me at the alley at midnight. And you know when you go to the alley at midnight, they're gonna be dead. Like, just tell the people now. Right? Just tell the people now. Yeah, see? Levi knows, meet me at such and such a pier at 10 p.m. tonight. They're always dead when you get there. Like, just tell them now. War is some bullshit. You hear me, statue? I guess you were drafted. Ugh. You died before you got to enjoy the statue they made of you. It's garbage. Yeah. They can't make me go to war. I'll go underground. I'll join some sort of group that's against war and stuff. We'll blow up war stuff and sabotage other war stuff. I'll live in the shadows for decades. No address. Always on the run. Living in a trailer in the desert. It'll be awesome. Oh, May. Women don't, this is true, women don't get drafted. At least, not at the moment. Maybe your friend, oh hey look. We can jump on this thing as well. Hey, B. Hey, thanks again for last night. I owe you one. It's fine. It was fun. My night got really weird and bad after. How so? Like, she wants to tell people. I'll tell you later, I guess. Still like putting it together? Okay, well, let me know how that goes. I will. I think it's band practice day? Yeah, I'm gonna go hunt down Greg. Shouldn't be too difficult. Yeah, no, he's at the Snack Falcon. I don't know how that guy stays employed. He steals constantly, breaks supplies for fun, and leaves work whenever he wants. Greg plays by his own rules. It feels more like the world plays by his rules. Whoa. I don't even know what that means. Still, whoa. I also don't know how to get off the... It's fine. Oh shit, Greg's a white dude. That might be it, Krellin. I want B to say get off the counter. Yeah, I don't... So today's my last day. Oh dear, we're gonna miss you. It happened so fast. Let us know how it is. He's Florida man. I will. I'll come visit. Can't leave you two to fend for yourselves. Oh dear, what are we gonna do without you? Y'all wanna go see a movie or something? Yeah, let me get settled in. And we can go on an outing. And you'll see me whenever you go for groceries. That's true. I ain't going far. Not far at all. Oh, this sounds bad. This sounds like they're never gonna see each other again, is what that sounds like. There are a lot of squirrels around. Also, I don't know about you all, but I'm feeling super bad about all of this. I feel like it's not going to be good. I don't feel good about... I just feel like bad things are happening in this game. And it looks like they're not, but I feel like they really are. And I feel like nobody cares about the badness. I'm feeling like, why'd you steal the pretzel? I'm gonna totally feed the rats. I just have to find them. Did you go to Harfest? Yeah, ended up in a play because my friend B screwed it up. Cool, I ate pizza and watched Blood Gorgon. Blood Gorgon? Italian movie from like 1980. Lots of blood, but it's like theatrical and stuff. Girls' boarding school. Bunch of ghosts kidnapping them, taking them to the Blood Gorgon? Yep. Is something wrong? Nah, just... I think I saw a ghost or something last night. I'm not sure. That sounds kind of awesome. It was like the opposite of awesome. Oh, sorry. It's cool. I'll see you later. Good luck with your ghost problem. Thanks. You see someone mess up the mural in the tunnel? Yeah, pretty funny. I mean, very weird and bad. Any idea who did it? Nope. Lots of suspects, though. Yeah. Whole town full of suspects. Yeah, that was a Dario Argento film there, right there. No, I'm totally gonna feed the rats. I just have to figure out how to get to where the rats are. They should be right here, right? There we go. Right there. They're the rats. Feeding them. Feeding the rats. Just like, whoop. We're gonna feed our rat. Like, I just feel like everybody here knows that this is like a really bad idea. Plastic flowers are like super depressing. Is this game, it's a kid's book. For some reason, dead flowers are less depressing than plastic ones. May, I'm very worried about you. I'm also worried about these rat babies. All right, my little miracle rats. Time to eat. Wow, there's so many of you. Like, this is bad, everyone. This is bad. This is not good. Someday you won't need me anymore. And you'll leave. Will I even recognize you on the street? As we pass each other? I love you, miracle rats. Like, this is bad, right? Like, this is not, like, May makes really poor choices. I realize that I'm playing May, so I am also making these poor choices. I would not personally feed those rats. May would totally feed those rats, and so I have to follow through on what May would totally do, which is feed those rats. I think there were just 2, but now there are 4. And I feel like, yeah, in video games I make some poor choices, but I feel like I make the poor choices because that's what the character would do, and I feel like I should be true to the character and their, oh, hello dog, and their poor choices. People are yelling at me, and I think that's rude. That's all. Like, I sometimes don't make poor choices. It depends on the character. Like, for example, I feel like I've played some characters who haven't made poor choices. Sometimes you make poor choices because you fall into the character's illusion of being a skeleton hobo. That is also probably true. Oh, in that game I made a lot of poor choices, but I wonder if I can... Probably can. Oh yeah, I can do that. Let's like just okay, drugs and malt. Oh, A-okay. Hello? Whoop. Nothing there. Axe says, I'm dealing with a rat infestation in my neighborhood right now, all because one person who keeps putting out tremendous amounts of food in her backyard thinking she's feeding the neighborhood cats. There are no neighborhood cats, only the rats you're feeding. Uh-huh, yes. Also, however, don't feed feral cats. People are super into feral cats, but don't feed them. Like, don't feed them. You feed those rats with your corpse. Yeah. If there were neighborhood cats, you definitely wouldn't have a rat problem. Yeah. We had my undergraduate campus used to have a whole flock of California quail. California quail are birds that do not fly, and I don't know if they're endangered. I don't know about that, but the point is, we have these California quail, and people on the campus are not allowed to have cats, but they're like, oh, but I love cats. And so they would feed these, they put out food for feral cats. And the feral cats have killed all of the California quail on the campus. They killed a number of bird species that are now extinct off of the campus. They basically sort of wreaked havoc on the fauna of the neighborhood. I've never had a quail egg. The city has been alerted and visited her home several times. She isn't stopping. I feel like there was a spay and neuter project. Spay and neuter project. Yeah, but apparently cats are quite the invasive, do a lot of damage to local wildlife. Want to head out to band practice? Yeah, let's do this. I really like Slurpees, everybody. Band practice. Band practice. Everybody. I know it's, no, not there yet. I want you to know we're going to do the giveaway for Absolver, which is like a online punch 'em up. We're going to do this giveaway in like 5 minutes. So just like, probably after our band practice. And then, so just say something and then we'll, do the giveaway. My parents, whose house is in the woods, their outside cats all died for the first time since they moved there. And in 3 days, chipmunks are running on their screens and stuff. Oh, wow. They got more cats really fast. I don't care for Absolver. I already have it. Fair. We'll just see who gets it. We'll just see what happens. We'll just see what happens. Back to watch this fiasco again, huh? Yep. You're only fan, Germ. I'm just here to be entertained. I'm a gentleman of leisure. Nice. But I don't usually win, so I'm safe. You never know, Anarchdubby. You never know. Out in the country, there's a big need for outdoor predatory animals to control rodents. This is true. I see your point, but Rufus was a failed TNR from a feral colony. I just will note that, and I think it was like a big problem in Australia, maybe. Like that, there's like a whole thing about like, you know, cats are charismatic fauna, but they murder birds real bad and, you know, destroy a lot of things. I'm not in charge of any of this, so I'm just noting it. And maybe we care about cats more than we care about birds, and maybe we care about cats more than we care about a lot of other species, and so it's okay. Like maybe we feel as a society it's fine for them to murder them. Yeah, I will say probably Vulpes is probably right, and RW are probably going to win it. Like that's because see, Nightbot is that way. Hey, dude, you okay? You look tired. I was up all night. They were fixing the roof door, and it was super loud. Roof door? Yeah, the door at the top of the stairs that goes out onto the roof. Now I can, like, I don't know, run from that door down in the lobby up to the roof and pee off the side of the building? Yeah, maybe not. But what's to stop random people from doing that too? Dude, it'll be fine. Sorry, I'm just tired. Fair, ready to go? Yeah, let's do this shit. I used to have a friend and her parents had 3 dogs. Sweetest big boys and girls toward any humans, but these doggos would take on wolves and live. Ooh. Can you roll twice, Trooper? So after Krillin wins the first roll, you can give it away to the second winner? So here's the thing, Sea Spider. I feel like it'll either be Krillin or Atomica or Anok Dovey, but then, I mean, I'm just saying that Nightbot is a butt sometimes and we don't even know. When I was young on the farm, we had a sheepdog that went blind and still ran around fine because he would follow the other dog. Well, he's only indoor now, so pretty sure we've saved a bunch of birds in the last 2 years. Oh, okay, Pump. This is a new song, everybody. One that I don't even know. Okay, here we go. I don't know. This is really bad. Ooh. I have to remember where the birds are. Like where the buttons are. That was bad. Okay, here we go. This is bad. It's really bad, everybody. Yeah. I've got this part. Like, I'm on lock. Okay, here we go. I was going too fast. Too fast. Ah! That was really bad, everybody. It was really bad. That was so bad. Wow, May, that was that was I find it really amusing. The music part is the one where sometimes I'm good. Like sometimes I'm good at it, but like that was bad. Wow, May, that was pretty bad is what it was. I literally do not know this song. Yeah, that was really bad. Whew. So fast. You just pushed a button. I'm so tired. I strained my vocal cords yelling. Awesome! I'm gonna sound so husky. And anyway, I don't even know if they're dreams or not. I have played Guitar Hero. I got Levi. I did get some of them. The thing is, I always forget where the buttons are in there, especially like the Y, which I never use. So I just have to like play that song a couple of times because I was like, "What is happening with Pumpkinhead?" That's you're a bear, not a husky. So I'm gonna have to like work that one out. But gang, we're gonna find out who our winner is. Guitar Hero with the controller. Oh, I've never done that. I've always used it with the big guitar. So this is for Absolver, which is an online multiplayer combat game. And I just want to know who our winner is. Nightbot, who is our winner? See, Spider, why did you call it? Why did you call it? I want to know what. Look, I really, like, I'm telling you, Krellin, it is not me. I just typed in winner and Nightbot was like, Krellin, I want you to know that was not me. See, Spider totally called it. We're gonna go and Nightbot, this is true. Nightbot is the biggest troll in the entire chat. And so we're gonna go and pull another winner because I know that Krellin doesn't want it. And so we're gonna go again and have it not be Krellin this time, right? Okay, Nightbot, not Krellin. Vulpes! It is you. And, Nightbot did not actually troll us that much. Congrats, Vulpes. I don't think Vulpes has won before. I don't think so. Oh, that's true. Maybe Krellin and Nightbot have like a whole relationship we don't even know about, because that's pretty amazing. You want to draw again? All right. I will draw again. I will draw again for you, Vulpes, just because. See, Spider. Oh, yeah. So yes, see Spider, that is you. You are the winner. That's all. Yes. Okay, good. It me, see Spider, it me, see Spider. I'm going to whisper you right now, at this moment, and I am going to send you the link to the game. Congratulations, Sea Spider. I am today's the 15th of August, right? The 15th of August, Absolver, and then Sea Spider. That's not how you spell your name. Sea Spider. Boom. I feel like I have done good things in the world at this moment. I feel good. ASR, my Twitch trooper, I'm ready. Trooper, I'm gonna have to go pure lurker on Thursdays. No, look, it's not. Look, I don't. Krellin, I want you to know I have no idea how this happens. I have no idea why Nightbot is obsessed with you in some kind of like clearly stalker way. Like, Nightbot, what is up? Come on, Nightbot. I wonder, wouldn't it be weird? Beware the Ides of August. Wouldn't it be weird if Nightbot didn't care and still started like, okay, I would be kind of freaked out if you weren't even in chat on a Thursday and Nightbot's like, Krellin, always Krellin, only Krellin. And I was like, hey, Nightbot, you need to relax. Do you think I want... It's true, notice me, senpai. Notice me, Krellin, senpai. And Nightbot, Nightbot's just lonely. But Nightbot doesn't have the range. Nightbot heard that like Yanders and said, ooh, I could do that. I'm just saying, like, Nightbot is like sassy and dangerous. That's all. And anyway, I don't even know if they're dreams or not. And this guy, who I think was a ghost, kidnapped some kid, and I also think he was in my head after while I was sleeping. And anyway, yeah, I think I need to do something because this is scary. No one is gonna believe you, May. Well, that's not what I was expecting to hear tonight. And Nightbot just wants your cats. Nightbot can have Pharaoh. Are you okay, dude? No. I'm kind of freaked out. It probably wasn't a ghost. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, definitely. Ugh. Okay, fine. I'll go figure this out myself. Dude, don't be like that. You got us. Dudes. Okay, fine. So we need to maybe see if there's like some ghosty stuff happening around here. No, don't think of it as a ghost. Just think maybe somebody kidnapped somebody. You don't have to go ghost. Hey. Something really distressing happened at work today, says Axe. The intent behind it was supposed to be comical and mocking the current administration and all that's bullshit, but what happened, Axe? Thanks for the lovely chat after my first real day of work, by the way. You're welcome, and how is your new job? Falcon, let us know how your real job went. Axe, tell us what happened at work. One of my co-workers delivered the line, if you don't like it, then you can get out, in a super exaggerated deep South accent. I had to explain that the line originated with Klan propaganda in the 50s and 60s. Yeah. Yeah. She was horrified. Yeah. People need to be just a little bit more thoughtful. My job has cute kids that I need to test their English skills. Oh, that's interesting, Falcon. May I, from Good Burger Philosophy, everyone is a dude. Trooper, hi, I love you a lot. That is all. Grinny, I have to tell you something, Grinny. Hi. That's all. Hi, Grinny. I think May gets it from Greg. Yeah, yeah, at least she was horrified. Like, from a source we can trust? Such as... Does the newspaper have, like, a ghost section? What? Why is that a dumb question? Official testing for English learners for the state of California. Oh, that's interesting. So, I mean, here's the problem. The problem is that May saw someone kidnap somebody, and she's just assuming it's a ghost, when I assume it's not a ghost, but a real person, and so she's on the wrong track. You know, we could check the library. For books about it? No, they have the local paper on file, going back a century. If there's some secret history of kidnapper ghosts, we'll find it there, probably. Oh, wow, I didn't know they had that. I thought it was just like a broken down old bunch of books. When's the last time you were at the library? We actually have one of the nicer ones around. Oh. How? Rich dude who paid for it way back when? Yeah, they said about foundation and... never mind. Let's go. Grenade for you, and because we just witnessed Tripper do that. I saw something on my Facebook timeline that took the dumb "if this flag offends you, I'll help you pack" image thingy and pasted the trans flag over the US flag. That makes me laugh. I understand that she was trying to mock the racist bullshit that is happening now, but I needed to make sure that she was aware that she was using the wrong phrase to accomplish her goal. Yeah. We were drive-by. Grinny loves Sharkle. And yes, Volpa's the correct. Grinny, Sharkle loves you back. Like, Sharkle told me. When you weren't here in the stream, we talked to Sharkle, and we were like, hey, Sharkle, how do you feel about Grinny? And then Sharkle was like, hi. Which was, I love Grinny back. I mean, that's what Sharkle said. Microfiche. Oh, microfiche. When people say wrong temperament as a criticism of Trump, it's also an old way of keeping people down or even murdering them. I found the whole thing distressing because the context of the phrase is missing from the cultural, colloquial, and historical awareness of people my own age. Yeah, I also feel very distressed when people try to take down the master's house with the master's tools. Like when people were making fun of Arnold Schwarzenegger for not being able to pronounce English properly, I was like, no. That is not a political critique. You do not mock people for their accents like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do it. Can we regroup after? Sure. Okay, we'll be back. Woohoo, ghosties. That's the spirit. I'm just the library. Yeah, like, come on. In the same way that, like, it's not cool. Like, I feel kind of uncomfortable when people mock Trump, that when they try to body shame him. I'm like, don't do that. Like, don't do that. Like, that's not what people do. Let's not do that. What a sweet shark. Look, Jobs. Weird. Like, when was this painted? When this was painted, it was like, hey, look out the window. We're all working. Things are great. Now it's like one of the graffiti murals after someone gets shot or hit by a car. This mural is really affecting you. Yeah, right. Or people's mental health as a cause to bar from us. Totally, yeah. Yes, Trump has dumb hair and looks ugly and is fucking orange, but none of these are valid political critiques, and we shouldn't bring these up when we're criticizing him. Right? Like, it doesn't do the thing. Yes. It's like, yeah, it's like when people were like, Obama's a Muslim, and people were like, no, he's not. And you're like, well, he's not, but it shouldn't matter if he were. Do you know what I mean? Like, we just have to be careful how we defend things and critique things. That's all. Body shaming a single person is body shaming everyone who shares similar physical traits, regardless of their personal views and behaviors as people. Yes, Axe. It's like, we just have to we have to be thoughtful to not become the things we're critiquing, you know? I forget that we live in separate realities. Mine's clearly better. Oh. What? Pumpkin deadhead guy. Dead. Yeah, I need to practice that pumpkin song. Clearly. Like, clearly. I'm gonna practice Pumpkinhead, everybody. But not until I get back from vacation. Because once I get off of stream today, ordering food, doing laundry, phone calling people, getting ready for Critical Role. So let's rip that piece of shit apart for everything he's done and said, and how much he's fucked up his presidency. But not, yeah. Hey, closing in 2 hours. Okay, cool. Any idea where the microfiche is? Microfiche. Microfiche. 3rd floor. Okay, thanks. Up. I have a puppers begging me for pets and I want to engage with this, but also bear. The whole comedy is built around shaming and mocking people, so it's sadly easiest for people instead of well thought through statements. Oh yeah. Slow night? Yep. Spooky here all alone? I'd be spooked. Larry's wandering around here somewhere. May is so weird. I know, I'm going on vacation instead of playing board games. I'm like the worst. Also, instead of writing nonstop all the time. I'm the worst. Hey, look. Microfiche. There's a bear in here. You know, I'm gonna take a little bit of work with me on vacation because I don't think I'll be able to enjoy vacation if I don't get some more work done. So I'm going to, yeah, I haven't been on vacation in 6 years. Yeah, I took like a 7-day vacation 6 years ago, and I am gonna take a 10-day vacation, and I am feeling a lot of stress about going on vacation because I've got so much work to do. So I'm gonna take a little bit of work with me so that maybe I can feel less stressed. I'm gonna just take a little work because I got, like, if I don't take any work with me when I come back, it's gonna be madness. That's all. Tiny fish. How are you supposed to fill up if you're only ever eating tiny fish? Microfiche. What's microfiche? Microfiche with a nightmare eyes. You know, I love you all. Holy crap. What? It's Charity Barity. What's Charity Barity? How do you not know Charity Barity? I assume this is something from school. The school of being 5 freaking years old. All right. So this was a thing you liked as a kid? No, I hated Charity Barity. It does look really hateable. It was like you were kidnapped by a cult, you were under some curse. You were kidnapped by a cult, because we want to sort of keep with the kidnapping theme. Fair, now I want a crow so I can name it Fish. I don't know, Sal. My local Asian market sells these little tiny flash fried fish covered in paprika chili seasoning. I buy a small container of those and some rice balls and have the best lunch. And when they were like brainwashing you, instead of some cult guy with a wavy dagger and a magic mask, that's not okay. Yeah, go on. Instead of that, it was like this effing pink nightmare. You were scared of it? No, I was bored to death. It was like taking forever about being like, talking forever, like being like kind to others, and like, I don't know, helping an old neighbor do engine repair. That sounds nice. Charity Bearity helps old Mr. Plonko fix his hovercraft. Ugh, no, that's the worst part. It always rhymed. Charity Bearity, Pink Night Merity. Charity Bearity, I just don't care-ity. Of course, she doesn't care. By the way, I have flow on so that like the screen is not here. I don't know. I'm gonna ask you all a question because I'm curious. It's an experiment. Ooh, Sal, cheers. I'm going to sing, but I want to ask you a question in terms of like experimentation first. So I named my male dogs. I named my cat a male dog's name. F naming Mores. Fuck yeah! Jessica Price has convinced me that Charity is dumb. Okay, so look, I have a question. I need you all to help me with something. I'm curious. So you are watching the stream right now, correct? You're watching it. I am streaming. So I have flow, the thing that turns your screen more yellow, like starts removing the blue as time goes on. I think here's what I want to, so my screen has got the blue taken out of it, but I don't know if what you are seeing is less blue or if it's not, right? So here, all right, look at it. I want you all to look at the screen, the game screen, memorize the colors, see what it looks like, so like see it. And the problem is I can't, because of the way that Night in the Woods is, I don't have a cursor when the game is full screen. So I need to go out of full screen and then turn off the flow and then go back into full screen. So what I'm gonna do is I want you to look at it and then I'm going to go over, turn it off, and then come back. So I'm gonna turn off flow. Tell me if you see weird blue leaching. Tell me if it looks different. Or if I look different. Does it look different? Does it look different? Do you notice blue leaching? Did it look different or does it look the same to you? Right? That's... I just blocked flow. I just did it. Oh, here we go. Yes, and then, so, okay. So probably it doesn't affect you at all. But you know what does affect you? If it's identical, then now I know. I was just curious. But what does affect you and me? Oh, good. Thank you. They're identical? So it doesn't affect you, it's just me. But what does affect you is those amazing bits. And I want to thank people for the bits. Ooh, I need to do my wrist exercises. But first, I need to sing. Airway and hey, the anime. Airway and hey, the anime. Way at gale out way up, way up, way at wakes to ute at gale on way. Airway and hey, the anime. Either I skaze or ani say. Old man the ADS and pray we are a who traverse on way on rayo. Ewe ever ne eat red lands lay of wed brands lay today. And when we see the Anley or we'll look at the I get ray in the IA. We're in the money, we're in the money. We've got a lot of what it takes to get along. Whee! Thank you for the bits, everybody, and also for the excuse to sing We're in the Money, the anime earwig song. You play like an hour. I did. Although I did fail to find some baby rats, but like I played like a whole like thing, right? I played a whole thing. Like we're gonna finish the game. Geez, they sure made a lot of these books. I think they're still making them. This one looks pretty old. Charity Barity, Danger Everywherity. That's vague and disconcerting. Could have just kept updating that one book. So I'm really excited for the No Brad. Oh. Break screen. Enemies everywhere. I mean, we've got a No Brad. Jer made, because Jer's amazing, made a No Brad emote that is on its way to us. And I'm very excited by this. Let's look at the microfiche. The microfiche. Looks like someone left something open on this one. It's a resume. Bob Targ. Born 1967. 50 years old. Okay. That's a Mass Effect reference. Wait. Oh, enemies everywhere. No, Brad. Let's see. Experience mining, construction, well drilling. I never think about getting a job when I'm old. Yeah, May, you need to think about more people. 50's not really old. I mean, you should have money then, right? Ideally. It should be like guaranteed. It should be like guaranteed in general. You gonna join my young socialist chatterbox group? I know. See, Krellin is right. Like that is not like those are not. That's not a good resume for 50 in Possum Springs. Where are we gonna find? We need to find some microfiche. We'll just do one more walk around. Well, no, you're right, Krellin. In anywhere, that is true. I think we did not find the microfiche. No one employs 50-year-old. Yeah, this is fair. No one does employ 50-year-old miners. By the way, I'm not allowed to jump in the library. The reason why May is not jumping around is because she's not even allowed to. I don't think I am on the 3rd floor. Levi's like, I've employed 50-year-old miners. Going up? Here we go. Going up. Why do you have mines, Levi? What you did not realize is that Levi is actually like a mining conglomerate. I have equipment that needs run well. Huh. Oh wow, it's dusty up here. It's old up here. Sure is. May is such a handful. Maybe your ghost is up here? Yep, ghost. Or something. Whatever he was, he walked through a chain link fence. Or flew over it. Or something. While carrying something. All right, well, that's even more impressive. So we're gonna go find this guy. Because he took someone. And he's like somehow connected to this thing I've been going through. And that's not good. That all sounded a lot more badass in my head. It's okay. It was fine. I think her friends are just humoring her because they think that she's losing it. And at 50, I don't think they're minors anymore. Wah, wah, wah. That was a good one. Now this looks like a microfiche machine, my friends. All right, there she is. Cool. So I have no idea how to use it. Minifish. Really? I can't know how to do everything. I'm sorry, but what expertise have you brought to this thus far? This like whole thing was my idea. No, your idea was ghost hunting. My idea is to do at least a tiny bit of research on it. If you think it's so stupid, why are you here? Because you're my friend, you asshole. Aww. Ugh. Are we friends, Beatrice? This is, I know, not a surprise. This is not a surprise. Here, let me get this set up. We'll be here all night if your dumbass is in charge. What? Oh. All right. So this is like, what? Oh. All right, so what are we looking for? I want to steer. No. Move, I'm steering. Ow. Jeez, May. I'm sorry. May is not considerate. Do you know what I mean? Okay. How do we do this? Ugh. Step 1, look at the screen. Step 2, move around and look at stuff. Step 3, find ghost. Sure. May, yeah, keep pushing, May. See how long this shit lasts. Like, May is not considerate. Dang, I can't tell you how to work one of those. Last time was maybe the early 90s. They're not that, like, you'll get it. Like, oh, hey, there's a lot of stuff here. Let's go to the bottom, and then be systematic about it. Strange but True, A Tale of Teeth. Strange but True is our ongoing series about weird and forgotten aspects of Deep Hollow County history and culture, published weekly. Bad bosses figure heavily into Possum Springs history, and this morbid tale of crime and secret societies is no exception. Secret societies. The story goes, in 1870, a local mine boss was skimming workers on their pay. A group of miners confronted him while he was in the act. He denied everything, with many a slur, and punched the miners' leader, Darnell Glace, in the face, causing him to lose his last remaining tooth. The miners knew how much Darney's tooth meant to him, and they descended upon the boss. A few held the boss down while others removed all of his teeth with pliers. The teeth were passed out to the miners, and a secret society was created with a vow to protect the workers' interests. Membership was based on owning one of these teeth, and each was marked with a symbol of their choosing. These symbols were used around the coal patch to organize meetings and make announcements. The boss survived his attack, but never named his attackers for fear of implicating himself. When he died a few years later, members dug up his grave to retrieve his skull. It was used in ceremonies performed before going out for retribution. All would gather around, place their teeth into the sockets, and later retrieve their tooth after the retribution was completed. Upon a member's death, their tooth would be passed on to a new member. Teeth of members in jail would be left in their sockets until their fates were decided. After the strike of 1889, the society dwindled. Occasionally, a descendant of one of these men will find a tooth with strange markings in their home. Strange, but true. Rissa, that's true. Gramps did have a tooth in the safe. Gramps is one of these secret society members, which means now May is a secret society member? Wah! All right. Deep Hollow County mourns. The final group of bodies from the 1888 explosion has been removed 2 days shy of the 1-year anniversary of the tragedy. These 5 men bring the total dead to 112. 2 of the men, Addison Pine and Henry Harvey, were the ones who set off the explosion. Although mine bosses had been informed of that gas pockets were present in this section, they elected not to inform Pine and Harvey of the possible danger. The other 3 bodies belong to Peter Bledsoe, Christian Stanoff, and Peter Lajtha. Peter Lajtha's funeral arrangements will be handled by Father Littis, and the man's widow has since returned to Hungary with his 2 orphans. You have to find the skull, everybody. Let's hit this one. Ghostly rumors haunt new historical society. The Possum Springs Historical Society conversation of the Schreigeist House into its new headquarters and education center has hit a snag. Custodial head Jed Newsom has resigned, citing strange occurrences in the old manor. I'd be there after hours doing my work and I'd hear someone walking around trying doorknobs. I came out to see was foolin', but there was never nobody there, said Newsom. Trying to get this map room operational for the children, all the while I'm looking over my shoulder expecting to see God knows what. Mr. Newsom had previously requested to work only daylight hours when other staff were present in the building, but even that proved to be too terrifying. I don't go to the off-limits area anymore. I don't go up past the 2nd floor, and then only to the office. I know others laugh, say I'm seeing Little Joe or something, but they can all go spit. Little Joe, for the uninitiated, was a local ghost story popular some years ago. The Possum Springs Historical Society has refused to comment on Mr. Newsom's claims at this time. I want to find the skull. What is this? Sound off, opinion line. We would like to remind the men of our town to please refrain from spitting on the sidewalk. This unsanitary habit is unseemly and beneath you. Parents, please be sure your daughters are not participating in the new trend of skirts showing the ankles. I do not think we need to remind you which road of brimstone this temporary fashion trend will lead your dear daughters down. I have been witnessing more and more teenage girls coming into our town on a Saturday night, unchaperoned, using vulgar slang terms, certainly unfit for me to print here, and blocking the sideways by walking arm in arm. They are loud and also flirt with boys unabashedly while smoking cigarettes. These young ladies need to be stopped before our young ladies get any ideas or our boys fall in with the wrong girl. Young men have been seen around Possum Springs engaging in their ridiculous behavior of wearing mismatched patterns in their suits. This type of outfit may be all the rage in Bright Harbor, but good luck getting any respectable businessman around here to employ you. You all look like rabid clowns. Councilman Puchinskaya's plan for a 3rd Street is a joke. What else is there to say? This is Twitch and Mixer TOS, without a doubt. And they're gonna be smoking these jazz cigarettes, and I mean, we don't even know what's gonna happen next. And then, what do we have here? All right. Possum Massacre. Severe violence broke out at the Stafford mine strike today. The bosses arrived to attempt to renew talks and were taunted by some of the children present. Rocks were thrown, and the National Guard and strikebreakers opened fire on the crowd. After a few minutes, the smoke cleared and the gory scene revealed. 9 miners are dead with a dozen more injured. A young brother and sister were also shot dead as they were delivering a package of food to their father and uncle, who was on strike when the shooting broke out. The photograph of the 2 children, aged 7 and 9, who were shot in cold blood, has circulated far outside our little county. This heinous act led to a personal visit from the governor to the strike site to meet with strikers. Independent inspectors were also brought in and talks finally began, 45 days since the start of the strike. The bosses have agreed to comply to the current safety standards and to honor the demands of the miners. This is a mining town, you know that's rough, my friends. Events. The last trolley will make its run September 4th. Bernie Goss, the longest employee with 25 years as an operator, will pick up passengers starting at the Market Street tunnel entrance and will end at the trolley garage, where light refreshments will be served and a speech will be given by the Congressman Archibald Reed. Twin Club will be meeting at the Stags on Wednesday night at 6 p.m. This month's craft will be knitted hats for the soldiers, along with a potluck. All mothers of twins of any age are welcome. Tragedy at Stafford Mine. An explosion occurred at 6:20 at the a.m. at the Stafford Mine. This mine, man, bad, like, oh man. Mine bosses not being great. All work has ceased while men attempt to rescue any survivors. So far, 3 men have been pulled out alive along with 20 dead. The explosion occurred 10 miles deep in the mine, and only one group of men were able to escape after the elevator's rope snapped, and the next group of men plummeted to their death. So far, hopes of finding more survivors is low. The main path to the tunnel caved in due to the explosion, and supervisors are still attempting to piece together exactly where everyone was during the incident. Gosh, this town, man. Spectral happenings at Possum Jump. 2 local sweethearts were startled this past Sunday night as they hiked along the wooded overlook known as Possum Jump. According to the Lovebirds, at approximately 11:45 p.m., a figure appeared to walk from the edge of the cliff out into the open air and then disappeared. Forestry workers the next morning were unable to locate any evidence of anyone having leapt from the great height, leaving the exact nature of what the 2 saw a mystery. A decent hike up into the State Forest Hills, Possum Jump is famous for its beautiful view of Echo Reservoir. It also holds historical importance as it hosts the lonely graves of several persons involved in the Possum Massacre. Strike lumbers on. Man, this town, man. The strike is now in its 30th day with no end in sight. The bosses have refused to meet with the miners, saying their demands are too fantastical. Miners claim they are only asking the bosses to adhere to safety standards that are already the law. The National Guard was called in after last week's scuffle, and the Coulson Coke Works Union has joined the cause, which has caused an uptick in the national press arriving at the site. The women's camp has expanded its services from serving meals to beating any non-union miner from entering the mines. So far, they have been successful in both ventures. new Ole store in town center. Ole Pickaxe Hardware Store is set to have its grand opening this Saturday. We received a sneak peek of the store yesterday, and our town will benefit greatly from this new addition. Roy Burge is bringing 25 years of building experience into his new venture, and has stocked the shelves with all the nuts, bolts, and nails you would need for any project, plus the latest in tools. Stop by to see the latest trends in everything from handsaws to hammers. Best of luck to Mr. Burge. Barentor says, sounds like the strike near here, a company had all their employees' checks bounced, but was able to send out coal, so they're blocking the tracks out of the mine until they get paid. Good for them. Strike. A strike at Safford Mine has been called. The idea first arose after the memorial for the 1888 explosion victims. Miners gathered in the home of Arthur Borofsky. Oh, hey. That's probably our grandfather. To continue their memorial to their friends. They also, or somebody in our line, they also began recounting all the promises the boss had reneged on this past year, including basic safety measures to avoid another explosion. Maybe not our grandfather? A group of 20 miners entered the mines to begin the strike, and 30 more joined them before morning. All work has been stopped at the mine, and the miners are now striking 8-hour shifts. Their wives and children have begun to bring food and water for the men. The bosses have stated that the mines are safer than they were a year ago, that there is no need to act in this manner. I don't think it's her grandfather, but clearly, right, we're in a space. The Stanley T. Possum statue is officially open to the public, and we have to say, we are smitten. For 2 cents, one can enter Stanley and spend quite a lovely time looking at the Possum Springs of yesteryear in the museum, enjoying some popped corn and fresh lemonade in the snack parlor decorated with Tiffany glass electric lights before heading up to a full 10 feet to see the sights of our beloved town through the eyes of this grand possum. There's even a beautiful train diorama that will delight both young and old. We predict Stanley T. Possum will be a sight that all passing through our town will desire to behold and will be sure to draw many crowds. Do you, all right. Underground gases afflict many. The houses on Larch Street have been evacuated after the discovery of gas buildup in the basements was found to have led to hallucinations in scattered members of the households. Interesting. For the past several weeks, residents have been complaining of family members who began hearing voices or seeing things that were not there. One older woman was found having an animated discussion with an empty chair. When pressed, she calmly explained that she was talking to her sister, who had passed away some 50 years ago. 2 nights ago, the son of Carson Zimmer ran out of the house and leapt into Cooper's Pond 1 mile up the road. Moments before this, the child had been readying for bed and, according to another sibling, became increasingly agitated. The last words he uttered were about some sort of song before he dashed out of the house and into the night where his watery grave awaited him. This last event persuaded residents to request help from officials to see if this is related to St. Leuven's lantern, a phenomenon where exposure to specific underground gases leads certain victims to experiencing waking dreams, auditory hallucinations, and the sense of unseen presences. Preliminary tests indicate that gas is present in the homes, and mining officials are moving the residents until more tests can be completed. These mining people. Samuel Coulson has purchased 10 acres of land on the outskirts of Possum Springs. When we inquired as to what Mr. Coulson would use the land for, he would only remark that what was coming here would delight both young and old for years to come. We are very anxious to be delighted. I am very worried about everything. I'm also worried I'm not getting all the things. All right. Local ghost, Little Joe, at it again. As the school children are quick to inform you, Possum Springs has at least one resident who won't show up on any census survey. Little Joe, purportedly the ghost of Joe Shade, a miner who died in mysterious circumstances some decades ago, is a favorite spook story of the whimsical and weird members of our community. His most recent activities seem to involve getting up out of his coffin in the old section of Possum Springs Cemetery and strolling around, unnerving visitors to the largest graveyard in Deep Hollow County. His grave has become a destination for unruly and often destructive local youths, such as Possum Springs City, and as such, Possum Springs City Council is considering erecting an iron gate to protect the historical tombstones that fill the small hollow where Joe Shade lies buried. Police have also stepped up patrols in the area, so be warned, thrill seekers. You may not see a ghost, but you may see a fine for trespassing. I am worried about these stories of gases. There has been another sighting of the albino groundhog from a very reliable source this time. Edgar Stutter reports that he saw the pure white beast digging near Shade Gap. Mr. Stutter has declined to give any more of an exact location and employs his fellow hunters to admire this anomaly from afar and leave him to his business. We could not agree more with this upstanding citizen and remind townsfolk that if you are interested in seeing an albino creature, to stop by City's barbershop for a peek at an albino raccoon. We're certain this will assist your mind in completing the search for the groundhog. Progress Springs in Possum Springs. Randolph Stafford, owner of the Bell's Hole Mine Works, has partnered with Samuel Coulson, owner of Coulson Coke Works, Daniel Glick, railroad magnate, and prominent business owner Harrison Schreigeist to make some stunning improvements throughout the town. The four men desire to build a model of progressive living right here in Possum Springs. The old miners' double houses on Elm Street will be torn down and replaced with spacious single homes. A new elementary school will be opened nearby, along with a new state-of-the-art recreation center, courtesy of Arnold Applebaum. This is in addition to the improvements Randolph Stafford promised the previously striking miners. Are we gonna even get that? Are we even gonna get this? Are we even, I don't... We'll see. Oh, I think we're almost done. I think we're almost done. Although I think there's one more up there. The Stanley T. Possum statue, known by residents as Posse, is finally slated for demolition. Posse closed in 1967, but Richard Coulson, son of Samuel, had hopes of refurbishing the statue for new generations. Posse stood silent for close to 60 years, witnessing the beginnings of the demise of the railroad, the mines, and the coke works that ushered in his existence. Teens and other vandals broke into Posse over the years, and climbing up through Posse became a rite of passage for many young people in the area. Residents have been torn over what to do with the beloved but derelict structure over the years, but 3 years ago, pressure began mounting to have it torn down. A storm knocked off Posse's ear, and the next year, Ralph Jenkins fell from the staircase and broke both legs. Samantha Coulson, Glick, daughter of Richard, finally agreed that it was time for Posse to go. The demolition will begin at 12 p.m. on Saturday, and viewing areas will be set up at a safe distance. Pie piracy. Dear citizens, please make note to keep your pies safe during the pleasant weather we are experiencing. Several ladies have reported pies from their kitchens disappearing at alarming rates. Even worse, the picky culprit is leaving behind only the rhubarb pies. Until this criminal is caught or the bad weather returns, we remind our housewives to make use of their pie safes indoors or stick to rhubarb. I think we have one more. Or we don't. I think that was it. Wait. Apparently I need to touch these things. This is interesting, but yeah, not exactly about a ghost. Oh, okay. So we need to go and touch on some of these things. Let's get the one about, where's the one about the, oh, wait. We want to find the one about the gases. Strike, underground gases. No ghost to be found here. The way you say ghost, it sounds like you don't believe me. Yeah, but gases. Gases. I'm looking for... Gang, I did all that work with you all together, and now we've got to, like... We need to find, this one. Oh, wow, this is gnarly. And awesome. Oh my god. Alright, Deep Hollow County Mourns. We don't know that one. We're looking for some ghost things, but also we're looking for information on... I'm not gonna get... before we hit the ghost ones, like they're clearly ghost ones, but I want to get the Borofsky one first. Because... But what if... Here's the thing, Krellin, what if we... Here's what I'm worried about. I'm worried that we can't click on everything and that we'll only get so many clicks before they kick us out. So I'm gonna hit the ones about... I want the Borofsky one. Here we go. And then we'll hit the ghost ones. This one? No ghost, but it... May. We'll hit the pickaxe. No ghost here. Like, don't you care about... Why? No ghost here. You know, they're not... They need to pay attention to these stories. No ghost... They don't... You know what? There are clues in here. May and B. Fine. Ghosts. Fine. Hey. Ghost spotted. Historical Society? Yeah, I've never been. You didn't go back in school? I think it was when I wasn't in school. Oh, after the softball incident. What was the softball incident? Yeah, mostly just watched TV and did therapy. What was the softball incident? Well, it's actually a pretty cool old house. Used to be owned by one of the mine owners or something. Railroad? Mine? Steel mill? Something like that? An actual haunted house? No. Elementary school kids are there all the time. They have like summer arts and crafts programs. Oh, well, still worth checking out. It's the noodle. Like, I feel like she might have stabbed some. We're gonna do the click of all the things because maybe we can. No ghost. No ghost. I'm mad, but it's fine. No ghost. No ghost. They need to be, like, they need to broaden their horizons. There are more clues in here. Hey, look at this. Yeah. Looks like Possum Jump? Let me read it. It's Possum Jump. Okay, yeah, that's back up in the state park, right? Yeah. Ever been up there? Nope. Gotta check it out, though. Go nuts. Look, I just feel like... Strike? No ghost. I feel like they should pay more attention to the things that are happening around them. You know, like, this is what I feel like. I feel like they're not paying attention. They're like, no ghost, don't pay attention, even if there are clearly important things in here. I am dissatisfied with May and B not paying attention. Not paying attention. It's fine. Oh, look! Scooch so I can see. Graveyard, that's a gimme. I mean, if you're looking for ghost stuff, that's where they make a lot of them. Looks like they saw him in the old section. Oh, cool. That's where his grave is. I'm actually interested in that. How could you not be interested? This is like actual dangerous ghost stuff. I like history. Ghosts are history. History that won't stay history. That's actually pretty good. Okay, well, that's like 3 leads. Let's boogie. Let's boogie? Also, is that it? Nah, let's look at more stuff. Let's look at more stuff. Come on. No ghosts. You're not even gonna give me joy, are you? They're not gonna give me joy. For a method RP or trooper, you're getting very upset at the characters. Oh no. The thing is, I'm upset. Like, they're doing what they're gonna do, and that's what they should do. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what they should do. I honor their choices, but like, you can be upset with people for being stupid. Like, I know that that's what they're gonna do, and like, that's what we got, you know? Ooh. Hey TiVo, how are you doing? We are gonna be ending sometime soon, actually. I can't stay too late because I've got a bunch of stuff to do in the hour before Critical Role, but we got some leads. Welcome in, TiVo. You know how, like, I mean, I honor them even though they're being stupid. Like, I'm upset that they're being stupid, but of course, I wouldn't stop them from being stupid because they're being stupid. That's how they are. Gotta go finish up Carcosa. Yes! We'll catch up on this when you aren't streaming tomorrow night. Good night, all. Night, Rissa. crit twitch. That's how I spend most of my day, mad at stupid and being stupid myself, and probably having self-hate for it. Enjoy the end of Carcosa, because I enjoyed the end, and tell me how you finish it up. Oh, good night, Axe. Have a good evening. That's cool. My PC broke yesterday, and I just managed to get it back up and running. I'm glad your PC is back up and running. Yeah. So we've got some leads. Can I borrow your car this week? Do you even have a license? I mean, no, regardless, but do you? Nope. No license, no credit cards, don't believe in money. Wow, you just believe in other people's cars and money. I didn't choose to be born into this society. Oh, May. Okay, well, I have, a job, so I can't drive you around to all of these spots. I can maybe do the graveyard. I need to go there anyway. Cool. I'll see if Greg wants to do the other two. And I probably don't have to say this, but just because something happened in the past doesn't mean it's going to happen again. Hey, nerd, ever hear that history repeats? It does. It does the same thing over and over again. So we've just been in a loop since we were living in caves? Yeah, that's science. Oh, my freaking God. We're looking for a good... Hey, what's that? What's going on? Ahem. What is that Miss Quelcy? Yeah, B. Like, what's going on? Oh, wow, I haven't seen her since graduation. She was always kind of a badass. I want to know what the softball incident really was. School district did not fund that art program at all, but she made it work. She was like some sort of art teacher survivalist. Wow, I never realized. I think they pay her in bits of string and empty soda cans. Thank you all for coming to the second meeting of Possum Springs Poetry Society. Do you want to stick around for this? Yeah. Content. Tonight we have a new poem from myself. We have new poems from myself and Fisherman Jones and Selma Ann Forrester. I will start us off with one of my own. She's from some big city, right? They don't actually pair straight. She's from some big city. I feel like we have time for the poems and then we go. Yeah. How'd she end up here? Who knows? Letter to my worst student. To my worst student, the subject of my stories I tell friends back home. When they ask about life out here in the sticks, it's you. I worry at the end of my life, you will be the only one I remember. Why did you key my car? I know it was you, Brian. Thanks, everyone. Is that legal? Poor Miss Quelcy, we'll go with that. Yeah. At least she's blowing off some steam. Next up, Fisherman Jones. Fisherman Jones has a poem for us. Two poems. They're short, though. 2 poems. Take it away. Right? Nice passive aggressive. Hi, folks. Thanks. This is called Tunnel Eels. Tunnel eels, tunnel eels. I do not know how it feels to be in the darkness all the time, born in muck and raised in slime. But neither do you. No paths I've trudged, so it hardly is your place to judge. Okay, that's one poem. The next one is shorter. This one's called Tunnel Frogs. Tunnel frog swims in the dark. Must think it would be a lark to be a fisherman like me. But what do you know, amphibie? That's it. That's great. Thank you, Fisherman Jones. Dude is really worried about what fish think. He definitely talks to the actual fish. No. Dude is really worried about what fish think. That tunnel always spooks me. Finally, a poem by Selma Ann Forrester. Yay, Selmers! Thanks, May. You know her? Dude, she's like your neighbor. Oh. She writes these really funny, dorky, short poems. I'm up for something short and funny. This is called There's No Reception in Possum Springs. She's not wrong. No reception here. I wave my black phone in the air like a flare, like a prayer, but no reception. I read on the internet, babyface boy billionaire. Phone apps sold, made more money in one day than my family over 100 generations. More than my whole world ever has. World where house buying jobs became rent paying jobs, became living with family jobs. Boy billionaires. Money is access to politicians waiting for us to die, lead in our water, alcohol and painkillers. Replace my job with an app, replace my dreams of a house and a yard, with a couch in the basement. The future is yours. Force 24/7 entrepreneurs. I just want a paycheck in my own life. I'm on the couch in the basement, there in the house in the yard. Some night I will catch a bus out to the West Coast and burn their Silicon City to the ground. Holy shit. Wow. Damn. Huh. She rhymed entrepreneur. I don't even know what that word means. Thanks, everyone. Is she always like this? No. Wow. Huh. Thanks, everyone. See you in 2 weeks. Hey, Selmers! What? I liked your weird poem. Thanks, I wrote it myself. Wait, was the assumption that she didn't write it Nice work, Smelmer. I don't like that nickname. What are you two? Sorry. It's cool. Can we go now? Yeah. What you just did, but that is faster than my emote typing. Yeah. Oh. I feel like we're going to get to a save point. Okay, thanks for coming. We live here. Right, so, found out anything about your ghost? Yeah. Ooh, nice animation. Tell him, B. There were some newspaper clippings that talked about a ghost. Not just any ghost, Little Joe. I don't really remember Little Joe. He's a ghost miner. He died in mysterious circumstances. Wow. I know, right? Mysterious. I thought you were, like, afraid of this ghost. Like, filled with, like, dread and shit. I'm terrified. Okay. So it mentioned 3 different places we can all check out. I have work and stuff. Yeah, Greg and I also have work. You guys skip out on work all the time. Maybe we can, like, split this up. Share custody of you and your ghost. What places were you thinking about? The graveyard? I call that one. It's close and not illegal. Is there, like, an illegal one? Sure is. The Historical Society. You know, you don't have to, like, break in. The people there, like, get paid to show it to you. Anyway, I'm in for the Historical Society. Awesome. So what did I get stuck with? Possum Jump. I know Possum Jump. We used to go there in the Scouts. Perfect. Okay, I need to, like, actually get home and do work. This is gonna be awesome. And I'm also scared to death. This looks like we are moving into save point. May should say perfect, just like Eartha Kitt in Batman as Catwoman. We're gonna just find out what Dad has to say. Look, mysterious tooth. Ugh. Yeah, seems like that's going around. The ARG. Yeppers. So, you and Mom had a bit of a fight yesterday, huh? Yeah. I thought you two were getting along. We are. Just a bump. You two, always two alike. I guess. I got your chill and her smartassness. I just hate to see you two on the outs again. It'll be fine. We're cool. So we're having money problems? No, I didn't save yet. I have to wait for the talk, and then I go up the stairs, and then we save. Well, then we're saved. We're saved. What? No, we're fine. Dad, May, it's fine. It's okay. I'm 20. I can handle it. Nothing to handle. Okay. Might just head up to bed tonight. Sounds good, kid. Been a long couple of days. See, this is where we get to our save point. Right? I'm just like, never play Civ. I feel like Civ might give me problems with save points, but you know. So I feel like we're just gonna check the tooth. I actually, oops. Not done yet. We're almost done. And we're just gonna check in there. Just you have serious one more turnism. Well, I did have a problem with Europa Universalis and also Crusader Kings with one more turn, and also Stellaris. There was some one more turnism that did happen, and I wasn't able to stop it. But now we're done. See, we're just like, whoop, up the stairs. Just up. What am I gonna eat? I feel like I want tacos. Squirrel. So we're just gonna go. Sit. We're gonna talk to our friends, and then it's a save point. Tacos are good. See, we got a little bit of chat, and then we're going. Hey, let me know when you want to hit the cemetery. I should be around most nights this week. I don't know. Thanks, B. Don't thank me too hard. I'm going there anyway, and it's like right down the road. You're running this. You're ruining this. Oh, in that case, you are so incredibly welcome, and also you better not forget this big favor. That's more like it. I'm falling asleep. Had fun tonight. Sorry if I was grouchy. It's just... It's fine. Wait, did you fall asleep? Lol. Squirrel. Games are for fun. No need to rush. Yo, I looked up the historical society on the internet. It's real old, but then they did big renovations. Oh, really? I mean, listen, I'm not saying there's a ghost, but old stuff that just got torn up seems like ghost central. How so? You're a ghost hanging out in an old house, and then someone puts in a pool where you died or something. Haunted pools would be actually pretty scary. I'm spooked. I'm going to bed. Yeah, and I'm just doing it. Hey, May, let me know when you want to go to the park. I looked up a map and it's pretty straight up. It's a pretty straight shot up to Possum Jump. Okay, great. We never really got a chance to hang out. It'll be fun, I think. I'm okay. Okay, I'm going to sleep. Night, sir. Tips hat. Away message. That's all. That's all I wanted to do. That's it. So this is the save point. Nope, wrong button. Save, and quit to title. Save and quit to title. This music sounds a little like David Lynch, a little Twin Peaks, like sort of dancing in a kind of weird Twin Peaks sort of a way. I feel like Angus worries about the stuff that Greg does all the time too. I feel like that is true. So everybody, I gotta go. I'm going to be back in 50 minutes for Critical Role. I'm gonna be hosting it, but I'll probably be a little bit distracted, more listening than watching, and like packing and unpacking and doing laundry and all of that. So I will be on my channel in 50 minutes hosting Critical Role, but between then and now, I'm gonna put clothes in the washer, pack and unpack, and do all that business. Yeah, it really feels very Twin Peaksy, right? It does. So, my friends, you all are wonderful. Thank you for being here. I really appreciated like all the mess, and for any of you who might be lurky lurks, which is totally cool, because I have a cursor when I'm in the title screen. Interesting. For those of you who are lurking, you can follow if you like, but you don't have to if you don't want to. But I also have a Discord you can join. We're very friendly. I've got a Twitter on Academic Foxhole. My YouTube is under Trooper SJP, where I have the archive of all the things. Oh, I've got to make live the last 2 things. Yesterday's stuff can go live right about now. And then, technically in a half hour. And then Horizon Zero Dawn, that can also go live. I'll set up. And I also have a Patreon, and the Patreon funds go towards RPGs on my stream, etc. So if you want to support the Patreon, you are welcome to do so. But that is that. So I am gonna go on vacation tomorrow, and I may take work on that vacation, but that is a thing. But that's it. Thank you all for being here, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to miss you. I'm going to miss you all a little bit while I'm gone on vacation, but I will think about you. I will also not really have the internet, so it'll be just like me and no internet, which I think will probably be good. But I will see you all later, either at Critical Role tonight or in a week and a half. So take care of yourself. Oh, I should say the next time I'll be streaming should be Wednesday night. We won't actually have a Gamer Stories, but we'll read some Atlanta Nights and chat for our last summer stream. Will be Wednesday night. And then, Night in the Woods, Horizon Zero Dawn, doing all the stuff. So take care of yourselves, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Take care, everybody.